The Orem Owlz are back home on August 26th through the 30th, and Captain Terrence here, Director of Promotions, has some great giveaways and deals for you. The 26th, more fireworks to light up the night sky, and on the 27th, get your fashionable Owlz wristbands, only if you're one of the first 1,000 kids. On the 28th, it's Arriba Los Tecos. Join for Arriba Los Tecos night and baseball card trading for the first 500 kids. Again on the 29th, it's the 6 for 36 deal from Hebrew National. 6 tickets, 6 drinks, and 6 hot dogs for $36. On the 30th, Orem City is giving away pins to the first 1,500 fans. It's like my birthday every day. When is your birthday, by the way? Every day when I'm at the Owlz games. No, really. I can't remember. I was just a little baby. Gates open at 6. Games start at 7:05. Now I remember. I was born on August 26, 2005, just in time for fireworks.
Call 377-BALL for information.
1400 K-Star is KSRR Provo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Joey Hurley. Out here in Great Falls, Montana, Centene Stadium. Out here in Great Falls, Montana, and Legion Park, it's Game 2 in a 4-game series against the Great Falls White Sox, the minor league affiliate team of the Chicago White Sox. Should be a fantastic game today. The stadium out here in Centene Field is pretty darn nice. 20-foot high outfield walls out here in Centene Stadium. Center field about 415 feet away. Left field 368. Right field 335. It's a beautiful field to get another victory for the Orem Owlz tonight. Last night, a beautiful game for the Orem Owlz. We won the game 7-5, all the way back into the 10th inning with a 2 RBI double from Mark Trumbo to win the game last night against the Great Falls White Sox. Last night's win brought the Owlz record up to 9-9. We are now very, very close to first place in the Pioneer League South Division. The Ogden Raptors have a record of 9-8. The Orem Owlz 9-9. Interesting. We're tied with the Casper Rockies with records of 9-9. The Idaho Falls Truckers below us with a record of 8-10. Tonight we face the Great Falls White Sox, who have a record of 6-11. Bottom place of the Pioneer League North Division. The Helena Brewers still dominate with a record of 13-4. The Missoula Osprey 9-8. The Billings Mustangs 6-10, and the Great Falls White Sox playing tonight 6-11. So last night a wonderful game for the Orem Owlz. We won it after a big struggle. We were ahead, then tied up, and got ahead again. Last night the game-winning double from Mark Trumbo with his 2 RBIs, bringing in runs scored to win that game last night. Last night the Great Falls White Sox were defeated by the Orem Owlz 7-5 in a 10 innings here at Centene Stadium. The loss went to Nick Lemon, pitcher for the White Sox. He now has a record of 2-4. The win went to Mike Pete for the Orem Owlz with now a record of 2-1. The save went to Kevin Lynch, who now has 6 saves on the season, and he pitched a perfect inning, the last 10th inning that he worked. The Owlz came to a comeback in the 3rd inning, tying it up with an RBI ground out by Santrell Smith and a single by Colby Overstreet that scored. In the 5th, a 3-run RBI. Oh, wait a second. 3 RBI hits from Bradley Kuhn and Dallas Morris, adding up to 3. And the Orem took the lead 5-3 in the 5th inning. The game remained tied until the top of the 10th when Evan Tartaglia tied up the game 5-5. With 2 on and 1 out, Mark Trumbo doubled off the right center field wall to put the Owlz up for good. Orem would win the series opener 7-5. So it's a 4-game series so far. 1 to the Owlz and 3 more to play. Sounds like they're doing the national anthem out there, guitar style like Jimi Hendrix. We'll take a moment to listen to that. to get started out here pretty soon. Let's go over the starting lineups for tonight. Starting off for the Great Falls White Sox. Number 1, Evan Tartaglia, playing left field. Batting second and playing center field, number 35, Darren Roberts. Batting third and playing right field, Matt Tribble. Cleanup spot, first baseman, Manny Rodriguez. Catching tonight for the White Sox, Francisco Hernandez. The DH tonight for the White Sox, Brandon Allen. Their third baseman and batting seventh, J.J. Schmidt. Their shortstop, Rolando Acosta. And batting ninth, Garrett Guest, the second baseman. Pitching tonight, starting off for the Great Falls White Sox, number 33, Clayton Richard. Richard is a lefty. Comes in the game with a record of 2-1, a 2.57 ERA on 35 innings pitched. He's got 34 strikeouts and 10 walks. Richard, starting pitcher tonight for the Great Falls White Sox. For your Orem Owls, your starting lineup, leading off, number 14, Heinley Stacia, playing shortstop. Batting second and playing the designated hitter tonight, number 5, Marco Albano. Batting third, the third baseman, number 30, Dallas Morris. I love saying that. The cleanup spot, first baseman, number 24, Mark Trumbo. Catching tonight for the Owls, number 36, Brett Martinez. Playing left field, number 16, Michael Hughes. Batting seventh, number 7, Billy Boyer on second base tonight. Playing right field tonight, number 19, Anderson Rosario. And batting ninth, like usual, Santrell Smith in center field, like usual. And he's number 23, like usual. I don't think that can change much. And pitching tonight for the Orem Owls, number 47, Jose Arredondo. Arredondo comes in the game with a record of 4-0, a 5.6 ERA on 45 innings pitched. He's got 39 strikeouts and 15 walks in the season. Looks like we're ready to get started out there. Top of the first inning, scoreless game. Stepping to the plate now, number 14, Heinley Stacia, leading off for the Orem Owls. Again, he's facing pitcher Richard, left-handed pitcher. Here's the 0-0 pitch to Stacia. He goes for the bunt, but an inside fastball gets past him. Ball 1, 1-0 count to Stacia. The Orem Owls lineup tonight is chocked full of right-handed batters. Only Heinley Stacia is the only switch hitter. All the rest are right. There's the 1-0, and he cracks it down the third base line fair. Bounces way back by the warning track in left field. There goes Heinley Stacia to second base. Off a 1-0 pitch, a double for Heinley Stacia, and now a runner on second base. The first hit on the game out here for the Orem Owls. That is double number 12 for Heinley Stacia. What a fantastic way to start up the game here for the Orem Owls. All right, no outs, no runner on second base. Scoreless game here in the top of the first. Now batting number 5, Marco Albano, the designated hitter. Albano batting 195 coming into the game. He has 7 RBIs and 2 home runs. Albano has only 77 at-bats under his belt. Here's his 0-0 pitch. It's a bunt, but it's fouled down. Strike 1. 0-1 count to Albano. Albano is from Arlington, Massachusetts. Last played with Boston College. He was acquired in 2005. Haven't seen Albano play for a couple games. His designated hitter tonight. At Albano's last 5 games, he's been batting. In the last 10 games, he's been batting 182. 22 at bats in the last 10 games. Here's his 0-1. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Strike 2, and the catcher Hernandez throws over to third base and catches Heinley Stacia trying to steal third. And so no more runners on base and now 1 out. Heinley Stacia now his 10th time caught stealing. Too bad. We had a runner on and not anymore. All right, here comes the 0-2 pitch to Albano. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 3. That one going inside. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. The first strikeout of the night. And now 2 outs already for the Orem Owls. It looks so favorable coming into the beginning there. And now we're down 2 outs here in the top of the first. Still a scoreless game. No runners on base. Now batting number 30, Dallas Morris, the third baseman. Morris is batting .326, up from .319 last night. He had a fantastic game last night. He went 3 for 5 with an RBI single and 2 more regular singles. He leads his team with 8 home runs. He's got 40 RBIs. That's up there in the Pioneer League leaders. Here's his 0-0 pitch. Inside fastball almost hits his feet. Ball 1, 1-0 count to Morris. Again, Morris from Opelousas, Louisiana. Last played with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Acquired in 2005. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Morris. High fastball outside, ball 2, 2-0 count now. Again, Morris, a right-handed batter. The whole lineup for tonight is all righties. We're not seeing any of our usual lefties like Kuhn and Overstreet or Riley. Here's the 2-0, and it's fouled off. Strike 1 for Morris. 2-1 is the count now for Morris. 2 outs, no runners on base. Morris, let's see, over his last 9 games has been batting .324, 2 home runs and 6 RBIs in his last 9 games. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Morris, way inside with a fastball, ball 3-1 count now. Morris has been batting .375 over his last 4 games, and he bats .241 versus left-handed pitchers like Richard. Here's a 3-1 pitch to Morris, gets a hold of it, a nice crack to the second baseman. There's the throw to first baseman Rodriguez, and it's an out at first. That's 3 outs. That ends the top of the first inning. Still a scoreless game. Come on back.
If the Owls are going to compete for the Pioneer League Championship, they're going to need an ace on the staff to lead the way. If you're thinking of buying a home or refinancing, you need an ace of your own. Look no further than Ace Mortgage Company. Our creative loan consultants offer the best terms and unsurpassed professional service. We ensure you get the loan that best suits your needs. Give us a call today at 426-5757. That's 426-5757. Ace Mortgage Company. Absolute commitment to excellence.
I'm here at Utah Valley State College with new President William Cederberg. Mr. Cederberg, why is UVSC your choice?
UVSC is my choice because it's a dynamic institution. The faculty are very strong. It's located in a community with strong values, a community committed to higher education, and I think the future is extremely bright here. So as I look at it, I really didn't want to go to a school that was just maintaining the status quo. I wanted to be a school that was in transition, that was exciting, that was happening.
Okay. As president, what are your plans?
My largest job as president is to help the school and the members of this UVSC community establish a direction for the future, and then to go out and rally support for that direction. I think the future is extremely bright, and UVSC is definitely my choice for the future.
1400 K-Star is KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingman. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Joey Hurley out here in Great Falls, Montana. It's Game 2 in a 4-game series against the Great Falls White Sox. We're in the bottom of the first inning. It's a scoreless game out there. We saw a leadoff double from Heinle Stacia in the first inning, but then he was caught stealing, going to third base, and that helped end the first inning. So here's Jose Arredondo on the mound for the Orem Owls. He'll be facing top of the lineup, number 1, Evan Tartaglia, the left fielder. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Tartaglia. The fastball, inside corner, that is strike 1. 0-1 count for Tartaglia. Again, Arredondo comes in the game with a record of 4-0, a 5.6 ERA, 45 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, 15 walks. Here's his 0-1 pitch. That one just misses the inside corner. Ball 1, another fastball, 1-1 count. Jose Arredondo's last outing, he pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. There's the 1-1 pitch. It's a grounder to shortstop Stacia, and he's thrown out at first base thanks to the glove of Mark Trumbo. 1 out now for the White Sox, here in the bottom of the first inning. Still a scoreless game. Now batting Darren Roberts, the center fielder. Roberts is batting .280 on the season. We saw him play last night. He went 1 for 5 with a double, and that scored a run as well. Darren Roberts is on a 9-game hit streak. He's the only White Sox batter on a hit streak at this current moment. He's got 15 stolen bases on the season and 5 triples. Here's his 0-0, swing and a miss and a slow curve going outside. Strike 1, 0-1 count to Roberts. Arredondo, again, in his last outing, no decision was made in that game. He did strike out 7 batters in 5 2/3 innings. Here's his 0-1 pitch to Roberts, and he pops it high into shallow left field. Underneath it is left fielder Hughes, and he makes a snag almost in center field there for out number 2. Nice play there, looking up into the sun. Sun not setting at all out here in the Centene field. No shade at all on the infield or outfield. It's very strange. 2 outs now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the first. Still a scoreless game. Now batting number 30, Matt Tribble. Tribble is the right fielder from Wheaton, Illinois. He's batting .303 coming into the game. Tribble did a great job last night in the game as well. He went 3 for 5 with a single and all singles. Here's his 0-0 pitch. Nice curveball, gets the outside corner, strike 1. 0-1 count now for Tribble. Let's talk about Jose Arredondo a little bit more. Where's my dealie? Oh, well. Here's the 0-1, and it's fouled off high, strike 2. 0-2 count now for Tribble. Jose Arredondo has a fastball that is very fast, high 90s most of the time, 96, 97 miles an hour. His curve comes in around 84 to 88 miles an hour. Hard to see, hard to hit. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High and fat, high curveball, ball 1. 1-2 count to Trumbo. Arredondo uses his fastball to overpower his batters. Most of the time that allows him to miss the outside corners with his fastball. But we'll see what happens here. Here's his 1-2 pitch, and he gets a hold of it, a slapper out in the center field, and it bounces right in front of Santrell Smith, a couple inches away from his glove into left field, and there goes Tribble to second base with a double. That one bounced right in front of center fielder Santrell Smith, and they could not get it in time. So a double for Matt Tribble. Tribble now has 13 doubles on the season. So now a runner on second base with 2 outs, and now batting for the Great Falls White Sox, number 23, Manny Rodriguez. Rodriguez is playing first base tonight. He's from Chitre, Herrera, Panama. He's batting .272 coming into the game. He's got 2 outs and a runner on second base. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Rodriguez, and he gets a hold of it, fouled into the bullpen of the White Sox for strike number 1, 0-1 count. Let's see how this guy's doing. Rodriguez, over his last 5 games, he's batting .200. He's driven in 2 runs, 4 hits, and played 5 games in his last 5 games. That makes sense. So Jose Arredondo still on the mound out there for the Orem Owlz. So far he's allowed a ground out, a pop out, and a double. He's got the 0-1 count against Rodriguez. 2 outs, runner on second base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball hits the outside corner. That is strike 2. Nice pitch there by Arredondo. 0-2 count now for Rodriguez. 2 outs, runner on second. Rodriguez has 32 RBIs and 8 home runs in the season. Here comes his 0-2 pitch. Lets this one fly. Way inside with the fastball. Very fast. Ball 1. 1-2 count. Rodriguez barely got out of the way there. His knees almost got a haircut, as they call it where I'm from. A knee cut. That's what they say where I'm from. Corona. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Rodriguez, and it's fouled back into the press box. Still strike 2. 1-2 is the count for Rodriguez. Let's see what I have about Arredondo as well. Versus the White Sox, Arredondo has a 1.59 ERA. He's allowed only 1 earned run in 5 2/3 innings pitched against the White Sox total. He's allowed only 3 hits and 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Here's the 1-2, high inside fastball, ball 2. 2-2 count now for Rodriguez. So Arredondo doing very well against the White Sox in his previous outings, striking out 7 and walking only 2 of the White Sox batters the last time we saw them at our home, the home of the Owlz Stadium. Here's the 2-2 pitch, way outside with a curve, ball 3. So it's the full count now for Rodriguez with 2 outs and a runner on second base. All of the Owlz batters have been doing very well over the last 10 outings or so. After Rafael Cruz's last 4 outings, he's allowed no earned runs. Mike Pete, no earned runs in his last 9. Kevin Lynch, no earned runs in his last 10. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's fouled down. Still strike 2. 3-2 count to Rodriguez. Longest at bat I've ever seen in my life. Tim DeGiorgis has allowed no earned runs in his last 5 outings. And these 4 relievers combined have allowed 0 earned runs in their last 45 2/3 innings pitched. All relieving pitchers there. Rafael Cruz, Mike Pete, Kevin Lynch, and Tim DeGiorgis. Thank you, Chris Peterson, for your wealth of knowledge about baseball and sending it to me over the internet, the interweb, whatever it's called. Thank you very much for your info, using it to my advantage. So as a team, the Orem Owlz has allowed 32 earned runs in the last 10 games. They've allowed 26 walks. Here's the 3-2. Another one fouled down. Very long at bat for Rodriguez. He's fighting him off. 3-2 count still. 2 outs, runner on second base. Again, as a team, Orem has allowed 76 hits, 26 walks, 95 strikeouts on 88 innings pitched in the last 10 games for the Orem Owlz as a pitching staff. Looking around. There's the 3-2. Another one fouled down into the White Sox bullpen. Still the 3-2 count for Rodriguez. As a team, Orem has an ERA of 4.38 combined with, let's see, that can't be right, 434 strikeouts of the entire season. That's pretty average up there in the Pioneer League leaders. As a team, Great Falls has a 4.63 ERA against our 4.38. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch to Rodriguez. Gets a hold of it. Grounder to Morris at third. He throws to Trumbo at first and gets the out there. That's 3 outs. That ends the bottom of the first. Still a scoreless game. Come on back.
Are you hungry for great-tasting Mexican food? Take a time out and stop by a local Beto's. Have you tried our burritos and chimichangas? People are voting Beto's food as numero uno in Utah. Beto's has 15 convenient locations in Utah. Most of our restaurants are open 24 hours to satisfy your craving anytime. Check us out on the web at betosmex.com. Stop by any participating Beto's location and receive a Vote for Beto's punch card, which could entitle you to free food. Holy frijoles! It's Beto's time.
Tacos.
Burgers.
Tacos.
Burgers.
What about pasta?
No time.
Sure there is. At Fazoli's, we can build our own pasta starting at just $2.99. It's super fast and super fresh. In about the same time as it takes for a greasy burger, we can build an Italian masterpiece like spaghetti and spicy marinara.
Spicy marinara?
Yep.
Fazoli's. Cool, let's pick up Cindy.
Karen.
Cindy.
No, man.
Fazoli's, faster, fresher, better.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners multiple policy discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with a no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
1400 K-Star.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. Thanks for tuning in. We're in the top of the second inning. It's a scoreless game out here in Centene Stadium against the Great Falls White Sox in Great Falls, Montana. This inning, we will see the middle of the lineup, number 24, Mark Trumbo, Brett Martinez, and Michael Hughes. So here comes Trumbo to the plate. He'll be facing the pitcher, Clayton Richard, left-handed pitcher. Again, the Owlz lineup all tonight, right-handed batters. Mark Trumbo from Anaheim, California. Last played with Villa Park High School and acquired in 2004. Here's his 0-0 pitch. It's a slow curve outside for ball one. 1-0 count to Trumbo. Trumbo's batting .277 coming into this game, up from .274 last night. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Trumbo. Lets it fly. Inside fastball catches the corner. Strike one. 1-1 count. Trumbo gets definitely a gold star for his work last night in the game, getting that 2 RBI double in the 10th inning to win the game 7-5 against the Great Falls White Sox last night. There's his 1-1 pitch, and he fouls it down. Strike two. 1-2 count for Trumbo. Trumbo went 2 for 5 in the game last night with a single and his game-winning double. He has 21 doubles on the entire season. That's up there leading the Pioneer League leaders. He has 25 extra base hits as well. Here's his 1-2. It's a grounder right up the middle. Gets past the pitcher, the shortstop, and the second baseman. That's going to be a single for Mark Trumbo. Beautiful, starting off this game right. So now a runner on first base with no outs, and stepping to the plate now will be Brett Martinez, the catcher. Last inning, the Owls had a double with Heinley Stacia. He was caught stealing, and then a strikeout and a ground out to end the top of the first. So we're in the top of the second now. It's a scoreless game. We have a runner on first base and no outs. Now batting Brett Martinez, the catcher from Redlands, California. He last played with the Mesa Angels, acquired in 2003. Martinez went 1 for 5 in the game last night with a single. Maybe he went 2 for 5. Let me check. His first pitch is a fastball inside corner for strike one. 0-1 count to Martinez. He went 1 for 5 in the game last night. He did have a sacrifice that allowed a runner to advance off a hit. So he had a single last night. Here's his 0-1. Checks his swing for an inside curve. Ball one. Nice hold up there by Brett Martinez. 1-1 is the count now. Runner on first. No outs yet. Martinez comes in the game batting .260, down from .268 last night. He's got 19 RBIs and 2 home runs. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Martinez. Instead, pitcher Richard throws over to first base. Let's see if I have anything more about this Martinez here. Yeah. Martinez has been batting .05 over his last 6 games. He bats .091 versus left-handed pitchers. Here comes his 1-1 pitch, and he fouls it down, just catching the tip of it. Strike two. 1-2 count to Martinez. Martinez has been .091 with 2 RBIs versus the White Sox. He went only 1 hit in 11. Was that, I guess, 1 for 11 with 2 RBIs versus the White Sox. Only one hit in the last 6 games for Brett Martinez. And here comes his 1-2 pitch. Lets it fly. The curveball, it goes outside low. Ball 2. 2-2 count now for Martinez. Martinez is doing a good job of catching those runners stealing. He was caught stealing last night, unfortunately, getting a taste of his own medicine, but won't stop him. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Martinez. Pitcher Richard throws over to first base again. Trumbo still safe over there. Mark Trumbo on first base only has 2 stolen bases. I know he doesn't pose much of a threat to them. He's been caught stealing 1 time. All right, 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch to Martinez. Swing and a miss on a slow curve. Strike 3. And Brett Martinez strikes out swinging. The second strikeout on the night for pitcher Richard. He now has 36 strikeouts on the entire season. Now batting for the Orem Owlz, number 16, Michael Hughes, the left fielder. It's a scoreless game here in the top of the second. We have a runner on first base with 1 out now. Hughes is from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Last played with the Provo Angels, acquired in 2004. He was part of the Pioneer League championship team last year. Hughes is batting .244 coming into the game, up from .238 last night. Here comes his 0-0 pitch, way outside with a slow curve. Ball 1, 1-0 count to Hughes. Runner on first base, 1 out. Hughes has 10 RBIs and 1 home run on the season. He went 1 for 2 on the game last night with a single. He was walked. Let's see, what did I write there? A single and a triple? No. Where did I write that? Oh, a stolen base. A single last night and a stolen base last night, his 3rd on the season. He still has the 1-0 count with a runner on first and 1 out. He was playing left field tonight, another right-handed batter in the Orem Owlz lineup. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Again, another throw over to first base. Trumbo isn't even leading off a couple inches. I don't know what they're doing over there, showing him who's boss. Trumbo is a tall guy, taller than that first baseman, Rodriguez. Better watch out. Let's see. What else can I tell you? Just a second. Here's the 1-0 to Hughes. Curveball inside corner, strike 1. That was a tricky pitch. 1-1 count now for Hughes. Let's see. With runners on base, Hughes usually hits 167. He's had 48 times to do that. He has 9 RBIs with runners on base. Well, of course, they have to be on base for you to get your RBI. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Hughes. Slow curve outside corner, strike 2. Oh, boy. 1-2 count now for Hughes. Clayton Richard, pitcher for the Great Falls White Sox, a lefty, record of 2-1, 2.57 ERA. Let's see how Hughes does against left-handed batters. Do I have that? Where did that page go? Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss on an inside slow curve, and that is strike 3. And Michael Hughes strikes out swinging as well. That's 3 strikeouts in the night so far for Great Falls White Sox pitcher Clayton Richard. 2 outs now for the Owls here in the top of the second. We still have a runner on first base in this scoreless game. Now batting number 7, Billy Boyer. Boyer's playing second base tonight like usual. He's from Auburn, Washington, acquired in 2003 from the Mesa Angels. He's also part of the Pioneer League championship team last year as well. Billy Boyer's batting .247 coming into this game, down from .250 last night. He's got a runner on first and 2 outs. Here comes Boyer's 0-0 pitch. Instead, pitcher Richard takes a little break out there. With runners on base, Billy Boyer hits .224, 23 RBIs, runners on base, and 4 home runs with runners on base. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Boyer. Come on, lets it fly. There we go. High fastball outside, ball 1, 1-0 count to Boyer. Boyer went 0 for 4, sadly, in the game last night. He grounded into 2 double plays and was hit by a pitch. Very sad. He has 26 RBIs and 7 home runs, almost leading his team with home runs right under Dallas Morris. There's his 1-0, and it's a grounder to the third baseman, Schmidt, and he bops out of his glove there, and he's confused, and that's a single for Billy Boyer, and they're going to count that a hit for Billy Boyer. Nice job. That one cracked into his glove and bounced out. He was confused. He kind of looked at his hands like, what just happened? All right, so a single for Billy Boyer, taking care of a little, let's see, has he been batting good? Well, just helping out his hitting streak here with a single. So now 2 outs, and now runners on first and second base. And stepping to the plate will be Anderson Rosario, the right fielder. Rosario's from Santo Diego, Dominican Republic. He was last played with Liceo Nocturno Almirante School in 2003. His first pitch is a high fastball outside for ball 1, 1-0 count to Rosario. Rosario's batting .245 with 11 RBIs and 1 home run. Rosario's been batting .063 in his last 6 games, 1 for 16. He's batting .333 against left-handed pitchers, though. Here's his 1-0, inside fastball that's low, ball 2, 2-0 count now for Rosario. Rosario's been working on his plate discipline. Used to seeing him being a free swinger, and so far he's already 2-0 in the count. Rosario's been 11 for 33 versus left-handed pitchers. He's had 1 hit in his last 9 games. Here's his 2-0, and it's fouled off in the right field wall, way high. Strike 1, 2-1 count now for Rosario. Rosario, let's see, versus the White Sox, Rosario bats 0. He's been 0 for 4 with 2 runs scored, though, and 2 stolen bases. So he's got some, put some dent in the White Sox defense without getting himself on base. Here comes this 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. Strike 2. 2-2 in the count now for Rosario. 2 outs. Runners on first and second base. A little 2-out rally here for the Orem Owlz with runners in scoring position. And how does Anderson Rosario do with runners in scoring position? Let's find out. He bats .158 with runners in scoring position. With 2 outs, .167. Even better. Here's a 2-2, and it's fouled over the same place, over the right field grandstand. Still strike 2 for Rosario. 2-2 count. Let's see what else I got on this Rosario character. With runners on base, he bats .232 in general. Let's see, 1 home run with runners on base. Nice work, Rosario. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch to Rosario. Lets it fly. Gets a hold of it, fouled it down towards Tom Kochman out there in the coach's box on third base. Still the 2-2 count for Rosario. KJ, Keith Johnson over there on first base. Aaron Wells, our athletic trainer. And Brett Crane, our clubhouse manager. We have a roving scout with us today, or not a scout, a roving coach with us today, catching coach. I saw him working with Brett Martinez and Flint Whipke. Here's the 2-2, and he grounds it to the third baseman. A nice strong hit. There's the throw to first base, thrown out at first. That's 3 outs. That ends the top of the second. Still a scoreless game. Come on back.
Welcome to the Pepsi Theater Minute. Today, the story of Langusto and Pesto.
Ah, Langusto.
Oh, pesto.
Cacciatore, lasagna, gorgonzola.
Oh, linguini, la carbonara, calzone.
Scalupini, tortellini al pomodoro, bruschetta, prosciutto, ricotta. Pepsi.
Pepsi, cappellini, salame, pancetta, Pepsi, mortadella.
Calzone, Pepsi.
Pepsi, ravioli, scalopine, minestrone, prosciutto.
Pepsi e scalopine.
Linguini, cannelloni, maccheroni, gnocchi, gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola, bologna.
Spaghetti.
Antipasti.
Parmigiano, provolone, mozzarella, Pepsi.
Langusto, calamari. Langusto, Pepsi.
Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
One of the unsung heroes at the ballpark is the groundskeeping crew, and it's up to them to ensure the field looks its best on game day. While your yard may not take the same pounding as the turf at a baseball stadium, it still deserves professional care. More Utah County residents rely on the pros at Frederico Landscaping Incorporated. They're now celebrating their 25th year of providing custom residential landscaping. For all your landscaping needs, including water features and grounds maintenance, you can rely on Frederico Landscaping. See their work online at fredericolandscaping.com.
KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingman. Who are you going to call? Jose Arredondo on the mound out there for the Orem Owlz. So far, Arredondo has allowed a double, 1 hit only for the White Sox. No runs yet, no strikeouts yet for Arredondo, and no walks so far in the game. Come on, folks, he's only pitched at four batters, okay? We'll see what happens later in the game. We're in the bottom of the second inning. It's a scoreless game out here in Centene Stadium, out here in Great Falls, Montana. I just discovered today I'm a little more than 2 hours away from Canada, which is the weirdest idea I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to try to get to Canada tomorrow. Somehow I'll get there. He's facing now Francisco Hernandez, the catcher. Hernandez from Cotuí, Dominican Republic, batting .340. Here's his 0-0 pitch. Inside fastball barely misses. Ball 1, 1-0 count for Hernandez. Hernandez is up there in the Pioneer League leaders with his .340 batting average. He was batting .349 last night. Here's his 1-0, and a foul ball cracked into the Owls bullpen for strike one. 1-1 count now for Hernandez. Sadly, well, not sadly, good for us. Hernandez went 0 for 5 in the game last night. He was hit by pitch, walked a bunch of times. Interesting game for Hernandez, lowering his average 9 points. No runners on base, no outs. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Hernandez. Gets a hold of it, grounder right to Arredondo's glove, and he throws it to Trumbo smoothly and easily for out number 1. Hernandez grounding out to the pitcher there. That's 1 out for the White Sox here in the bottom of the second. Still a scoreless game. Now batting, Brandon Allen, the designated hitter tonight. Allen's a switch hitter. Looks like he's going from the left this time. He's from Monroe, Texas, batting .271. He's up there in the Pioneer League leaders with his 10 home runs. Good gracious, leads his team. Here's the 0-0 pitch to Allen. It's a fastball way outside. Ball 1-0 count, pardon me. 1 out, no runners yet on base. Allen has 37 RBIs as well. Here's his 1-0. It's a passed ball, fastball inside, ball 2. Thank goodness there's no one on base. 2-0 is the count. That's one thing about Arredondo's fastball. If it is passed, it goes pretty far. It goes all the way back to the backstop, but usually bounces off enough for the catcher to grab it. So I guess it's a good thing as well. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Checks his swing. Says he does. Said he pulled back in time for ball 3. So it's already the 3-0 count for Allen on 3 fastballs. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 4. So Allen has walked on a ball 4 off of 4 outside fastballs. Interesting. All right, still a scoreless game here in the bottom of the second. 1 out, runner on first base. Now batting J.J. Schmidt, the third baseman. Schmidt's from San Diego, California. St. Diego, founded by the Germans in 1904. San Diego, California. He's batting .210 coming into the game. 5 RBIs and a home run. Here's his 0-0. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. Beautiful pitch there coming inside. 0-1 is the count now for Arredondo. I wish I could see the speed meter on there. I want to see what that's coming in at and see if he changes it up a bit. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Schmidt. Lets it fly. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike 2. Nice pitch there. Same place. This time he decided to swing. And I'm sure he's regretting it. It'll haunt his dreams. Why did I swing? Here's the 0-2 count. 1 out, runner on first. The 0-2 pitch to Schmidt coming his way. Gets a hold of it, cracks it out in the left field, way back under the warning track. And that one's going to bounce against the wall back there. There goes Allen to third. Allen's coming home. Schmidt goes to second. An RBI double for J.J. Schmidt. That's the first run scored of the game. And now the White Sox lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. With an RBI double from J.J. Schmidt. Schmidt's looking at his 7th double on the season and his 6th RBI on the season as well. Well, it looks like Schmidt just caught one of those fastballs and cracked it against the fence over there in left field. Probably about a 370-foot hit. Okay, so runner on second with 2 outs. White Sox now lead 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Now batting for the White Sox, Rolando Acosta, the shortstop. His first pitch is a slow curve that goes inside for ball 1. 1-0 is the count, 1 out. Runner on second base. Acosta at the plate right now for the White Sox. Here comes his 1-0. Checks his swing for an inside fastball. Ball 2, 2-0 count. Good plate discipline there from Acosta. Too bad he plays for the White Sox. It is not helping us out at all. Rolando Acosta is from Mexico, Obregon, Mexico. I don't know what that is. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Acosta. Lets it fly and grounds it foul down. Strike 1, pardon me. 2-1 count now for Acosta. Acosta comes in the game batting .178. He's got 12 RBIs and 2 home runs. He last played with Pima Community College, acquired in the 41st round in 2003. 2-1 is his count with a runner on second and 1 out. Here comes Acosta's 2-1 pitch. Checks his swing for an outside slow curve. Ball 3. 3-1 count now for Acosta. I'm pretty sure Arredondo has the slider, but it's so hard to tell between his curveball and his slider. His curve comes in at 85 miles an hour. I don't know what's going on. I'll try my best. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Acosta, 3-1 pitch, pardon me, and it's fouled down. That should have been strike 2 already. So it's the 2-2 count now for Acosta, regardless, with 1 out and a runner on second base. Acosta's a right-handed batter facing this right-handed pitcher, Arredondo, and let's see how he does against righties. Why don't I have that stat? Oh, well. With runners in scoring position, he bats 189, Acosta. He's had 9 RBIs with runners in scoring position. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Acosta, lets it fly. Swing and a miss. Oh, fouled down, just catching the tip of it. Oh, no, he didn't catch it at all. Good, strike 3 on that high fastball. So the first strikeout of the game for Jose Arredondo. He now has 40 strikeouts on the season, hitting that 40 mark. And 2 outs now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the second. They lead 1-0. Still the runner on second base with 2 outs. Now batting Garrett Guest, the second baseman. Here comes Guest's 0-0 pitch. Checks the swing for a fastball, but it hits the outside corner. Strike 1. 0-1 count for Guest. Guest is from Oak Lawn, Illinois. He went 0 for 3 in the game last night, not doing much damage. He's been 232 now, down from 236. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Guest. Lets it fly. Fastball outside. Martinez throws to second, and he is safe for some reason. The guy leading off the second base there was Schmidt. I don't know how he got safe on that bag, just by the fingertips. Billy Boyer was covering second base, and still safe over there. So it's the 0-2 count for Garrett Guest with a runner on second and 2 outs. Guest playing second base tonight. Here's his 0-2 pitch. High fastball outside, ball 1. 1-2 count now for Guest. Gonna catch my breath. Pardon me. Guest is acquired in the 49th round in 2004. Interesting. Here comes Guest's 1-2 pitch. Arredondo checking his runner on second and fouled it off there over the right field grandstand. Still strike 2. 1-2 is the count. The Shade finally entering the infield here at Centene Stadium. Third baseman Dallas Morris is covered by Shade, but that's about it. The batter is covered by Shade. Arredondo still has to look a little bit into the sun. Again, Martinez behind the plate, catching. Trumbo at first, Boyer at second, Stacia at shortstop, Morris at third. Here's the 1-2 high pop fly out in the left field. Hughes is underneath it in shallow left field for out number 3. Nice play, leaving runners on base. That ends the bottom of the second inning. The White Sox now lead 1-0. Come on back.
After watching the Orem Owls hit home runs all night, it's time to have a great reason to run home. Nothing beats a Love Sack waiting for you. Oversized sacks from Love Sack may look like huge bean bags, but they are filled with extra soft Durafoam and come in a variety of designer covers ready to match any lifestyle. But just like the Owls, a Love Sack is something you've got to see in person to really appreciate. Come sack out for yourself at the Love Sack store in the Riverwood Shopping Center in Provo, or any of the other locations across the Wasatch Front. For the original and still the best oversized sack, there's only Love Sack.
Everybody wants to be recognized for their accomplishments. From Little League to the pros, Employee of the Month to Salesperson of the Year, awards are a great way of saying you're a superstar. If you have a superstar on your team or at work, contact Payson Sports and Trophy. They feature a winning selection of awards, plaques, and trophies, as well as custom engraving and quantity discounts. Find them in your Yellow Pages or stop by at 15 East 100 North in Payson. Payson Sports and Trophy, blue ribbon quality and service.
Out and Back is your Utah Valley source for all your family's outdoor adventure needs. Serving Utah County for over 17 years. We have a wide stock of excellent gear and clothing from Mountain Hardware, the North Face, and Sierra Designs, along with the Valley's largest selection of Chaco sandals. Whether you go camping, climbing, hiking, or mountaineering, we have what you need. Let us take care of you. Out and Back, 1797 South State Street, Orem. Bring in your Owls ticket stub within 7 days after the game and get up to 3 pair of our $14.95 Quick Dry Nylon River Shorts for only $4.95. Or mention this ad and get 2 pair of $6.95 outdoor socks free with any purchase over $20.
KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingman. Thanks for tuning in. Joey Hurley out here in Great Falls, Montana against the Great Falls White Sox. Game 2 in this 4-game series. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. The White Sox now lead 1-0 thanks to an RBI double from, Johnny Double-A-Lot, J.J. Schmidt, getting the first run score to the game. So 1-0 in favor of the White Sox here in the top of the 3rd. Your Orem Owls up to bat, still facing pitcher Clayton Richard. So far, Richard has struck out 3 Owls batters. He's allowed 2 singles and a double off of his illustrious career. All right, so he'll be facing the bottom of the lineup, Stantrell Smith. Smith, center fielder from Atlanta, Georgia, playing center field tonight. He's got no outs, 0-0 count. Here comes his pitch. Lets this one fly. Swing and a miss, inside fastball, strike 1, 0-1 count to Smith. Smith is batting .276 on the season, up from .272 last night. He went 1 for 4 in the game last night with an RBI single. And here comes the 0-1 pitch to Smith. High fastball inside. He held up good. Ball 1. 1-1 count now for Smith. Smith has 24 RBIs in the season now with 3 home runs. Here comes his 1-1 pitch. Checks the swing for an inside fastball. He pulled back in time. Yes, ball 2, 2-1 count now. Nice job there by Smith holding up that bat of his. Over Smith's last 8 games, here's his 2-1. Oh, slapper to second base, and it gets into right field. There goes Santrell Smith to first base, and that is a single. The second baseman, couldn't dive to his left good enough to get that slapper from Santrell Smith, and now a single for Santrell Smith. He's now 1 for 1 in the game. Runner on first base, no outs. We're back at the top of the lineup with Heinle Stacia, the shortstop. Stacia had a double his last at-bat off of a 1-0 pitch, but sadly was caught stealing, getting the first out of that inning. Okay, so no outs. Runner on first. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Stacia. Instead, Richard throws over to first base, like he does quite a bit. Runner still safe over there. Some interesting stuff about Heinle Stacia. Chris Peterson had a chance to talk to him about his getting out of his slump. He's been doing very well in the last 10 games. He's batting .324 in his last 10 games with 7 RBIs. He bats .291 against left-handed pitchers. A small 4-game hit streak for Heinle Stacia and 2 stolen bases in his last 3 games. Here's his 0-0. Fastball inside is dropped by the catcher. There goes Santrell Smith to try to steal off that pass ball, but the catcher, Hernandez, throws over to first base and has to get first baseman Rodriguez to jump off the bag to catch the ball, and that gave time enough for Santrell Smith to dive back in head first to get back on first base. If he would have thrown that one a little bit lower, it might have been a different story. But now it's the 1-0 count for Stacia with a runner on first and no outs. Here comes Statia's, throwing over to first again. All right, I don't know what his deal is. Statia's been batting .313 against the White Sox. He has 4 RBIs against the Great Falls White Sox and 2 stolen bases against those guys. Going 5 for 16 against the Great Falls White Sox. Not bad, Heinle Stacia. Here comes his 1-0 pitch. Lets it fly. Grounds it down into himself, bouncing off of his back. Strike 1. 1-1 count for Stacia. Again, Chris Peterson had a chance to talk to Heinle Stacia about how he's changing up his hit streak here. And Stacia told Chris that Stacia was tightening up his muscles at the plate. And he's trying to learn to loosen up a little bit more and make contact with the ball and not try to go for the power with your muscles tightened. And that seems to help him just making contact more. Thank you, Chris Peterson, for that. And hopefully we'll see Heinle Stacia continue his hit streak. So far, he's 1 for 1 on the game tonight with a double. So blue skies are going to clear up. Gray skies are going to clear up. That's it. Here's the 1-1 bunt, but it goes outside. Wait, that doesn't make sense. He went for the bunt, and a fastball goes outside corner. Strike 2. 1-2 count now for Stacia. Apologize, that was very unclear. Stacia went 1 for 4 in the game last night with a single. He's batting .287, just down from .289. Here's his 1-2 pitch, and he cracks it out in the right field, going back to the warning track. A beautiful hit in the gap there, bouncing against the fence. There goes Heinle Stacia to second base. He's going to go to third. Here comes the throw. They have no time at all, and Stacia with a triple, scoring in Santrell Smith for the run scored. An RBI triple from Heinle Stacia. The score is now tied 1-1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Wow, Heinle Stacia definitely out of his hit streak. He's now 2 for 2 in the night with a triple and a double. Heinle Stacia now has 5 triples on the season. Good gracious, and 12 doubles. Holy cow. Whew. Amazing. Okay, so the score is tied 1-1 here, top of the 3rd. No outs yet for the Owls. They have a runner on third base. Now batting Marco Albano, the designated hitter tonight. He sadly struck out his last at-bat. Here's his 0-0 pitch. It's a high fastball inside. Ball 1. 1-0 count for Albano. Albano batting .195 coming into the game here. 7 RBIs, 2 home runs. He hasn't played in quite a while. Again, over his last 10 games. Here's his 1-0. It's a slow curve. Just misses the outside for ball 2. 2-0 count now for Albano. Again, over Albano's last 10 games, he's batting .182 with 1 RBI, 2 and 4 hits. Here's the 2-0 to Albano. High fastball again. Ball 3. 3-0 count now for Albano. No outs. Runner on third base. Wow. Heinle Stacia over there taking it to third. Well, Santrell Smith is a fast guy. He went all the way from first to home on that triple. That was amazing. Here's a 3-1. It's an inside high fastball. Ball 4. Nope. He swung on it. Strike 1. 3-1 count now for Albano. I was sorry, I was a little distracted. The catcher Hernandez was thrown over to third base to try to get Stacia off the bag, but could not succeed. 3-1 is the count now. No outs. Still a runner on third base. Stacia out there. Here's the 3-1 pitch. So fastball inside corner, strike one. And so flabbergasted. 3-2 count now for Albano. We do not want to leave runners in this kind of position. That would be a travesty. But I wouldn't blame him. It's hard out there to bat. A lot of pressure. A lot of physical, mental. Here's the 3-2 to Albano. Gets a hold of it, grounder up the third base line to the third baseman. He looks at Stacia, holds him on third, and throws to first, getting the out at first base. So Marco Albano grounding out to the third baseman. Third baseman Schmidt took one look at Heinle Stacia to keep him on the bag, and that's all I needed. So one out now for the Owls here on the top of the third. We have a runner on third base. Score tied 1-1. Now batting number 30, Dallas Morris, the third baseman. All we need is a single or a pop up or something to score Stacia and get a lead here early in the game. Morris sadly grounded out to second base his last at-bat. Again, he's batting .326, up from .319 last night. He had a wonderful game last night. He went 3 for 5 with 3 singles, one of them with an RBI. Here's the 0-0. Inside fastball, it's passed, but it's not enough room for Stacia to get to home. The ball bounced just up the third base line, and Stacia could not come home. So that's ball one for Morris, bouncing off the catcher Hernandez's foot. 1-0 count now for Morris with one out, a runner on third base. Let's see how Morris does with runners in scoring position. I'm pretty sure it's darn good. And runners in scoring position, Dallas Morris bats .351. Here's his 1-0, and it's fouled behind us. Strike one, high pop fly. 1-1 count now for Morris. Let's see, with runners on base, Morris bats .315. With bases loaded, he bats .750. That's amazing. We have a runner on third, 1-1 count for Morris, one out. Again, Morris doing very well up there in the Pioneer League standings with his 40 RBIs. Let's get 41 here, Morris. Here's his 1-1 pitch, high inside fastball, leaning back for it. Ball two, 2-1 count. A ball is a ball. 2-1 count now for Morris. Morris has, 70 hits on the season, 19 doubles. Here's his 2-1, swing and a miss on a low curve, trying to stretch for it. Strike two. It's the 2-2 count now for Morris to the runner on third and one out. Morris has, 28 extra base hits as well on the entire season. Here comes his 2-2 pitch. Looking in, lets it fly. Gets a hold of it, high pop fly, going into foul territory. Underneath it is first baseman Rodriguez, and he makes the catch out there way by the Owls bullpen. That's awful. Stacia was ready to run on that catched ball, that caught ball, pardon me. But the first baseman Rodriguez just didn't throw, but Stacia had to stay on third. Okay, so now the score is 1-1 here in the top of the third. Well, still is 2 outs for the Owls. Still got a runner on third base. Now batting, Mark Trumbo, the first baseman. Trumbo had a single his last at-bat. He is batting .277 coming into the game. And here comes the 0-0 pitch to Trumbo. Lets it fly. High pop fly going into center field. Underneath it is the second baseman Guest. And he makes the catch in shallow center field. That's 3 outs. That ends the top of the third. The score is now tied 1-1. Come on back.
I'm here with Alex Nibley and Amanda Pettingill, an instructor and a student from Amber's Battle, the new movie shot at Utah Valley State College. So, Alex, what were your roles on this project?
I wrote the script for Amber's Battle, and I was one of the 2 professors that put together what came to be called the Digital Cinema Boot Camp.
You learn an immense amount, something that you can't be taught in the classroom.
During that time, we produced 2 movies and 1 television show. You know, it's real filmmaking. It's not just kids running around with video cameras.
Amanda, what is it like to be female in this industry?
You are in smaller numbers, but in a way you can use it to your advantage because women will stick out more.
What is the future for film at UVSC?
UVSC has set its sights on becoming the premier film training institution in Utah, if not the whole Intermountain West, and I think they can become one of the best in the country.
I enjoy working on these productions, and that is why UVSC is my choice.
For teaching film production, UVSC is my choice.
When a medical emergency occurs, the minutes it takes for help to arrive can be the most important minutes in saving a person's life. Do you know what to do in a life-threatening situation? Save a Heart of Utah provides daily private and public classes in CPR and first aid, including the new automatic external defibrillator. The classes are interactive, practical, enjoyable, and may just be the most important 2 hours you ever spend. Make sure you know what to do in an emergency. Call Save a Heart Utah at 582-7114.
1400 K-Star is KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. We're now in the bottom of the third inning. The score's tied 1-1, thanks to a RBI triple from Heinley Stacia, bringing in Sancho Smith for the run scored, tying up the game there in the top of the third inning. The Great Falls White Sox are now up to bat here, still against Jose Arredondo. So far, Arredondo has struck out one White Sox batter. He's walked one as well. He's allowed a double, and he's allowed 2 doubles. Ooh, okay. He's facing top of the lineup, Evan Tartaglia. 0-0 pitch, strike, lands in the outside corner with the ball. Strike 1. 0-1 count now for Tartaglia. No outs, no runners yet on base. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Tartaglia, and it's fastball inside corner, strike 1. Strike 2. 0-2 count now for Tartaglia. Dallas Morris was moved in quite a bit on the inside grass there, going for Tartaglia's bunt, but he decided to swing it old school style, as they say. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just misses outside. Ball 1. 1-2 count now for Tartaglia with no runners on base and no outs. Tartaglia grounded out to the shortstop, Heinley Stacia, the last at bat. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside fastball, ball 2. 2-2 count now for Tartaglia. Tartaglia is batting .297. He's on a 9-game hit streak, now with 24 stolen bases on the season. One more last night. Here's his 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a slow curve coming inside. Strike 3. And Evan Tartaglia strikes out swinging. The second strikeout of the night for Jose Arredondo, and his 41st strikeout on the entire season. Nice. Okay, score is tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. 1 out now for the White Sox. No runners on base. Now batting Darren Roberts, the center fielder. Roberts popped out to left field his last at-bat, getting the second out of that inning. Here's his 0-0 pitch. The fastball misses outside. Ball 1. 1-0 count to Roberts. Roberts is at .280 on the season. He was 1 for 5 in the game last night with an RBI double. And here comes his 1-0. Grounded down foul. Strike 1. 1-1 count now for Roberts. Roberts is on a 9-game hit streak as well. 4-game hit streak as well. Pardon me. 4-game hit streak. He's got 15 stolen bases. Wow. Here's his 1-1. And he slaps a little blooper up right into Heinley Stacia's glove. That one hitting the inside handle of his bat and popping up in the air just enough for Heinley Stacia to make out number 2. Beautiful. 2 outs now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the third. Still scores tied 1-1. Now batting number 30, Matt Tribble. Tribble's the right fielder from Wheaton, Illinois. Tribble had a double his last at-bat, his 13th on the season. Thankfully, he did not score any runs in. No runs scored in that first inning for the old White Sox. Okay, no runners on base. 2 outs. Here comes Tribble. Arredondo looking in. Here comes the 0-0 pitch. Fastball outside and low, hitting the dirt. Ball 1. 1-0 count to Tribble. Tribble's batting .303 on the season, up from .294 last night. He went 3 for 5 in the game last night with an RBI off of 3 singles. Here's the 1-0, gets a hold of it, cracks it out into right field. Underneath is right fielder Rosario making the snag in right center field. A lot of hustle over there in right center field. That's 3 outs. That ends the bottom of the third. Score still tied 1-1. Come on back.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost, quality protection, claim service that is second to none, and if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
Find out more at Blue Mountain Insurance, located on University Avenue in Provo. Give them a call at 373-SAVE. That's 373-7283. Blue Mountain Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people.
The
United States Air Force salutes the athletes competing in today's game. They know in sports, like in life, you have to step up to the challenge to succeed. If you have high aspirations and want to be part of another champion team, join the United States Air Force. You'll receive training in a variety of fields and become part of an elite group of men and women dedicated to the service of this great country. Call 1-800-423-USAF or log on to airforce.com. The United States Air Force. Cross into the blue.
1400 K-Star is KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. Thanks for tuning in. We're in the top of the fourth inning out here at Centene Stadium in Great Falls, Montana. It's a 1-1 score out here. Still pitching out there for the White Sox is Clayton Richard. So far, Richard, is that Richard? Yeah, it is. So far, Richard has allowed a double, a single, a triple. He struck out only 3 Owlz batters. The attendance tonight here at the Centene Stadium is around 3,000 people, they say, but I don't believe it. It looks more around maybe 2,000 at the most. Last night, the stadium here had about 2,168 people. That's not about, that's exactly. And let's see, the Orem Owlz stadium attendance averages around 2,067 people. We've had 57,895 people over the first part of the season. Not bad. Okay, top of the fourth, scores tied 1-1. No outs, no runners on base. Brett Martinez at the plate now for the Owlz. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Martinez. It's a fastball in the outside corner, strike one, 0-1 count. Sadly, Martinez struck out swinging his last at-bat. He's batting .260 coming into the game. He went 1 for 5 in the game last night with a single. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Martinez. And he watches a curveball drop in inside for strike two. 0-2 count now for Martinez. Martinez has been batting .05 over his last 6 games. Here's his 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Drop strike 3, and there's a throw to first base and thrown out at first. So Martinez, another strikeout, this time a drop strike 3. All right, 1 out now for the Owlz in the top of the fourth. Score is still tied 1-1. Now batting Michael Hughes, the left fielder. Hughes as well struck out swinging his last at-bat. He's got 1 out and no runners on base. Hughes batting .244 coming into the game, up from .238 last night, where he went 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base, his third on the season. Here's his 0-0 pitch. Inside fastball catches the corner. That is strike one, 0-1 count. Hughes is playing very close to the plate, right-handed batter. Very close stance as well, and that one just got him on the inside. Hughes is from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Last played with the Provo Angels, acquired in 2004. There's his 0-1, a chopper right over the pitcher up the middle. Shortstop picks it up, makes the throw, and barely gets him out at first base. That was close. I think Hughes was there, but said he was thrown out at first there by shortstop Acosta. So there's another out for the Owlz. Michael Hughes grounding out to the shortstop. 2 outs now for the Owlz here in the top of the fourth. Score still tied 1-1. Now batting Billy Boyer, the second baseman. Boyer had a single his last at-bat, helping out his hit streak. Let's see, Boyer has had now 2 hits in his last 10 games. He bats .333 against left-handed pitchers. Here's his 0-0. Gets a hold of it, cracks it out in the right field. It's a high pop fly underneath Tribble, and Tribble makes the snag for out number 3. That was a quick inning. That ends the top of the fourth. Score still tied 1-1. Come on back. That ends the top of the fourth. Score is tied 1-1. Are you there, Mike? Oh, well, we'll go to a commercial break. Sounds like fun. They're doing race the mascot, but instead they're racing a clown from Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. His name is Bonzo the Clown. He's got a striped shirt on. He's racing a tiny child, and the child is winning, of course. There goes Bonzo off the third base bag, and he can't keep up with his child. I think he's pretending he's safe. Again, the score is tied here 1-1 as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. Arredondo still pitching out there for the Orem Owlz. So far, Arredondo has struck out 2 of the White Sox batters. He's allowed 2 doubles as well. Arredondo will be facing the middle of the lineup. Here we go, Manny Rodriguez, Francisco Hernandez, and Brandon Allen. We're in the bottom of the fourth. The score is tied 1-1. Up at the plate now for the White Sox, Manny Rodriguez, the first baseman. Rodriguez grounded out to third base his last at-bat. Rodriguez is batting .272. He had that long at-bat. Here's his 0-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, inside fastball. Strike 1 for Rodriguez. 0-1 count now. No outs, no runners yet on base. Rodriguez is from Chitre Herrera, Panama. Last played with Bristol Academy. Acquired as a free agent way back in 2000. Here's his 0-0, and it's a line drive up the middle into center field. Nice hard hit there by Rodriguez. His first hit on the night, and the third hit on the night for the White Sox. Okay, so a runner on first base now with no outs, and now batting for the White Sox, Francisco Hernandez, the catcher. He grounded out to the pitcher his last at-bat. He's got no outs and a runner on first base. Hernandez is batting .340 coming into the game. That's up there in the Pioneer League leaders with batting average. He was .349 last night, but he went 0 for 5 in the game with being hit by pitch and a bunch of walks and groundouts. Here comes Hernandez's 0-0 pitch. Lets this one fly. Inside fastball gets the corner. Strike 1. 0-1 count now. No outs. Runner on first base for the White Sox. Hernandez is from Cotuí, Dominican Republic. Last played with Canapolis. Acquired as a free agent in 2002. I'll explain those schools in just a second. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Hernandez. Lets this one fly. Gets a hold of it. Fouls it into the Owls bullpen for strike number 2. 0-2 count now. Bristol and Canapolis are 2 lower A teams for the Chicago White Sox organization. One of them is long season, one of them is short season. They're both single A rookie ball, but below the Great Falls White Sox. Just kind of like our Mesa Angels. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Hernandez. Lets this one fly. Here we go. Tries to check his swing, and he does for an outside fastball. Ball 1. 1-2 count now for Hernandez. There are a lot of bugs in front of me out here in the window. There are probably about 3,000 bugs coming into my window. But for some reason, they stay away. They have like a protective shield on here in the window. They don't fly all the way in. Thank goodness. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Hernandez, and he lets this one fly. Fouls it back there, tipping it off the top of his bat for still strike 2. 1 and 2 is still the count. And there's seagulls flying by. I have no idea why. We're in Montana. And there's the Great Falls White Sox mascot. What's your mascot's name? Willie Windy? His name is Willie Windy, because I guess the Chicago White Sox are in the Windy City, and I don't know what kind of animal he is. An orange cat or something like that. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Hernandez. Bounces in front of the plate. Martinez gets on top of it, though. No damage done, so it's ball 2. 2-2 count now for Hernandez, with the runner on first and no outs. Their mascot is bright orange. He's got yellow ears and a black nose. I don't know what kind of animal. He kind of looks like a lemur or something. I don't know. Kind of like Timon. Here's the 2-2. Fastball outside and low. Ball 3. 3-2 count now for Hernandez. Hernandez, nothing special about him going on the last couple games. He has 22 RBIs and 6 home runs. Not bad, Hernandez. He was acquired way back in 2002 as a free agent. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Hernandez. And lets this one fly. Runner goes. It's a hit and run. Pop fly out in the left field. Underneath it is Hughes. Hughes makes the catch, and Rodriguez has to tag back on first base. 1 out now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the fourth. Score is still tied 1-1. A pop out there for Hernandez. Now batting for the White Sox, Brandon Allen. Allen's the designated hitter tonight. He's a switch hitter, batting left again. Score's tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. 1 out, runner on first base for the White Sox. And Allen steps to the plate. He walked his last at-bat off of 4 fastballs from Arredondo. Here's the 0-0 pitch to Allen. Inside fastball gets the corner, strike 1. 0-1 count. It seems that Arredondo can use that fastball to hit the inside corner against these left-handed batters for his first pitch, strikeout pitch. They haven't hit that one yet. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Allen. Lets this one fly. and fouls it grounder up the first base line for strike 2. 0-2 count now for Allen. Allen leads the Pioneer League. Well, he's up there in the Pioneer League with his 10 home runs. Let me see how high is he up there? Looking up home runs. Where did it go? Oh, well. I'll check in just a second. Here comes his 0-2. High fastball, gets the corner. Strike 3 looking. Beautiful pitch there by Arredondo. Just hits the high outside corner. And that is Brandon Allen taking the Green Mile back to the dugout. The third strikeout on the night for Jose Arredondo. And now 2 outs for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 4th. Score is still tied 1-1. They still have a runner on first base. Now batting the third baseman, J.J. Schmidt. Schmidt had a RBI double his last at-bat, his 7th double on the season. Here's his 0-0, and he cracks a line drive into left field off a first high fastball pitch, and that is a single for J.J. Schmidt. That's the first time I've seen them do a first pitch hit off of Jose Arredondo. Okay, so a single for J.J. Schmidt. He's now 2 for 2 in the night. And now with 2 outs, the White Sox have runners on first and second base as Rolando Acosta steps to the plate, the shortstop. Acosta struck out his last at-bat, the first strikeout of the night for Jose Arredondo. Let's see how this guy does with runners in scoring position. What's his name? Acosta? When runners in scoring position and 2 outs, he bats .214. That's okay, I guess. Here's his 0-0, and he high fly over Mark Trumbo on first base. It's still in the air, and Trumbo makes the snag out there by the warning track. Beautiful, leaving runners on base. That's 3 outs. That ends the bottom of the 4th. Score still tied 1-1. Come on back.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Owlz broadcast brought to you in part by Ray's American Car Care Center, by Frederico Landscaping, exceeding your expectations since 1980, by the United States Air Force, Cross, Into the Blue, by Bay Ling Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years, and by Triple T Heating and Cooling, comfort from our family to yours.
Okay, I have got to know, how do you keep your house so clean? You have pets and kids, and yet your house is always spotless. So tell me, what's your secret?
It's no secret. It's the Clean Home. I have them come in once a week, which saves me from cleaning on the weekends and gives me more time with the kids. The Clean Home is the best investment I've ever made. For daily, weekly, or monthly service, give them a call. They're in your yellow pages and online at thecleanhome.com. The Clean Home, because we all have better things to do.
Hey fans, have you poured concrete lately? Did you order 8 yards and only use 6? Did you have to pay for what you didn't use? Do you want an alternative? Then log on to GotConcrete.com. We deliver fresh concrete mixed right on your site from as little as a quarter yard to 8 yards. No more calculating exactly or ordering an extra half yard to be safe. We service customers from Santa Quinn to Point of the Mountain. Find us at GotConcrete.com.
1400 K-Star.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingman, baby. Yeah. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The score is tied 1-1 out here in Centene Stadium in the Legion Park in Great Falls, Montana. So, top of the 5th, score is tied 1-1. Stepping to the plate, bottom of the lineup for the Owls, Anderson, Rosario, and Stantrell Smith, and back to the top with Heinle Stacia. So here comes Rosario. He's the right fielder tonight, a right-handed batter. Grounded out to third base his last at-bat. Here's his 0-0 pitch. Hard swing and a miss on a high fastball. That is strike 1, of course. 0-1 count for Rosario. Rosario did a good job holding up his last at-bat. Good plate discipline he's showing. Usually a free swinger. And this time so far he's got the 0-1 count. No outs, no runners on. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Fouls it down into Santrell Smith, who's on the on-deck circle. He's okay, though. Didn't hit him at all. 0-2 count now for Rosario. No outs, no runners on base. Let's see. Rosario has been batting .063 over his last 6 games. He does bat .333 against left-handed pitchers, though. And here comes Rosario's 0-2 pitch, and lets this one fly. And it's an inside slow curve for ball 1. 1-2 count for Rosario. Rosario has only had 1 hit in his last 9 games. When the last time Rosario was at bat against the White Sox, he stole 2 bases and scored 2 runs, but did not get on base himself, or not. Doesn't make sense. Not get any hits, though. That doesn't make any sense. How's that possible? Oh, maybe he was walked on the base. Yeah. So did not get on base by a hit. That last pitch there fouled down into himself for strike 2 still. Still the 1-2 count for Rosario. No outs, runner on no bases. Let's see, Rosario, as the leadoff batter, that's .321. He's had 28 chances to be the leadoff batter, and he's got 2 walks in those times. Let's see, that last pitch there, outside and high, fastball, ball 2. 2-2 count now for Rosario. Richard still pitching out there, left-handed pitcher for the old White Sox. Here comes his 2-2 pitch. Inside fastball, low in the dirt, ball 3. The 3-2 count now for Rosario. Doing a good job with his plate discipline. He's 3-2 in the count with no outs and no runners on. Hopefully he doesn't ground out again and waste this quality at bat that he's having currently right now. Well, it's not a waste, of course, but do something good. Here's the 3-2. Another inside fastball. That is ball 4. And Anderson Rosario gets walked. His first time on base tonight. And that is actually the first walk on the entire game for pitcher Richard for the old White Sox. Okay. So with a runner on first base, now batting Stantrell Smith, the center fielder. Stantrell Smith had a single his last at-bat. He also scored a run with off the triple from Heinle Stacia, coming all the way from first base to score that run with Stantrell Smith. That tied up the game. So the score is 1-1 here in the top of the 5th. We have a runner on first and no outs. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Goes for the bunt, and it gets past him, tipping it down, and it is fouled, and Stacia has to go back to first base. That looked like it got past. Stantrell Smith went for the bunt, and it looked like the fastball got past him, and Stacia stayed on second base. He was very confused, but it was actually tipped down. Just barely heard that tip. So it's the 0-1 count now for for Smith, with a runner on first and no outs. Interesting move there. I've never seen Stantrell Smith go for the bunt before. And that was he held it up pretty high and just got the tip of it. Very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Stantrell Smith bunt. Maybe once or twice before in all of his at-bats. Stantrell Smith has 163 at-bats with 44 strikeouts and only 5 walks. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Gets a hold of it. Slapper out into center field. Looks like it's going back underneath the center fielder, Roberts, and he makes the catch. That was in deep center field making that catch. Okay, 1 out now for the Owls here in the top of the 5th. We still have a runner on first. Still scores tied 1-1. The sun is now setting out here, and it's all shade all over the infield except for right field. There's still a patch of sun out there. It's a beautiful day out here in Great Falls, Montana. The Big Sky Country, as they call it. And that's true to its name. In a big country, dreams stay with you. How true it is. Whoever sang that. Cher? I don't know. Okay, now batting is Heinle Stacia. We're back at the top of the lineup. And Heinle Stacia went for the bunt, but a fastball gets on the outside and pulls back. Ball 1. 1-0 is the count. 1 out. Runner on first base. Heinle Stacia is doing fantastic tonight. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a triple. Good gracious. Here comes his 1-0 pitch. Nope, pitcher throws over to first base. That's, who is that? Rosario on first. Rosario has 6 stolen bases and 3 caught stealings. So he's a minor threat out there. Here comes the 1-0 to Stacia. It's a slow curve, just misses the outside. Ball 2. 2-0 count now for Stacia. Again, Stacia is from Curaçao, Netherlands, Antilles. I hope his family is listening. He's doing a great job so far tonight. He's a switch hitter. Now he's batting right against this left-handed batter. Well, he always was batting right this game. Boo, 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 boo. And another throw over to first base. I don't know why. Rosario's not even leading off 5 feet at the most. It's still the 1-0 count for Stacia. Stacia went 1 for 4 in the game last night with a single. Stacia now has, let's see, 2 stolen bases in his last 3 games. That one a strike, fastball inside corner, strike 1. 1-1 count now for Stacia. Still got 1 out and a runner on first base. Stacia's been batting .324 in his last 10 games with 7 RBIs in his last 10 games. He bats .313 against the White Sox. The runner goes. There's the 1-1. It's an inside fastball. There's the throw to second base. Runner safe easily. The throw from Hernandez was pulled second baseman Guest off the bag to his right, and that allowed Rosario to get to second base, stealing a base there. And that is Rosario's 7th stolen base on the season. Beautiful. Stolen base, 7. Okay. So now the 2-1 count for Stacia. That was a high fastball inside. 2-1 count, 1 out. Now a runner on second base. This changes everything. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and fouls it down, just catching the tip of it. Strike 2. 2-2 count now for Stacia. Let's see. With runners in scoring position, Stacia bats .267. He has had 20 RBIs with runners in scoring position. Holy cow. Right now he's got 2-2 count, 1 out, runner on second. That's Rosario out there. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Stacia. Way inside with a fastball. It's passed. The catcher bouncing off the catcher Hernandez's knee, but runners stay. And that is ball 4 for Jaime Stacia. Man, stuff happens so fast. It's all happening so fast. So with 1 out, the Owls now have runners on first and second base, and Jaime Stacia gets walked in a ball 4. The second walk on the night for pitcher Richard. Okay, so score still tied 1-1 here in the top of the 5th. We have runners on first and second with 1 out. And now batting, number 5, Marco Albano, the designated hitter. Here's his 0-0 pitch, slow curve, and he swings on it, strike 1. 0-1 count to Albano. Just missing that one, chasing it over the plate. 0-1 count now to Albano. He has struck out tonight and grounded out. He's batting .195 coming into the game. Hasn't played in a while. Haven't seen him in about 8 games or so. Okay, here comes the 0-1 pitch to Albano. Pitcher Richard checking his runner on second. There's the 0-1 pitch, throws to first base, and there's no one on the bag. The first baseman, Rodriguez, was not on the bag, and they called that a balk. And the runners take their bases accordingly. That was interesting. The pitcher, Richard, made an attempt to throw to first base. Looks like he's going to fake, but then he threw anyway. The first baseman, Rodriguez, is way off the bag. And now runners on second and third base with 1 out and the 0-1 count for Albano. And that's a balk for Richard. Richard now has how many balks? I think it's BK is the yeah, here it is. Richard is now that is his first balk on the season. Welcome to the balk club. Okay, so 0-1 count for Albano. Runners now on second and third base. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Inside high fastball, ball 1. 1-1 count for Albano. Albano's a right-handed batter as well. He has a pretty neutral stance. But then after each pitch, he takes a step out of the batter's box and straightens his gloves after every time. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Albano. Lets this one fly. Gets a hold of it. The grounder up the third base line, and it bounces over the third baseman's glove into left field, all the way to the warning track back there. And there goes Rosario in for the run scored. There goes Stacia in for the run scored. And Albano was thrown out at second base trying to get that double out of that long hit ball. But he does score in 2 runs. And now the score is 3-1 in favor of the Orem Owls here in the top of the 5th. We now have 2 outs and no more runners on base. So Albano with 2 RBIs right there. He now has 9 RBIs in the season. Trying to get thrown out, trying to go for that double, though. Beautiful. So a ground out RBI double, I guess you could say. Okay, so the score is now 3-1 in favor of the Owls. Now batting is Dallas Morris. He's got 2 outs and no runners on base. His first pitch goes inside with a curve for ball 1. 1-0 count now for Morris. Morris is grounded out tonight and popped out. Here's his 1-0. Swing and a miss on an inside fastball. Strike 1. 1-1 count now for Morris. Morris is up there in the Pioneer League leaders with everything. 70 hits, 19 RBIs. 19 doubles, 28 extra base hits, 40 RBIs. Here's his 1-1. Swing and a miss and a slow curve going outside that time. Strike 2. 1-2 count now for Morris. 2 outs, no runners left on base anymore. Morris, let's see, batting .326. Here's his 1-2, and he cracks a grounder to the first baseman, and it gets past first baseman Rodriguez into right field, and that's a single for Dallas Morris, his first hit on the night. A beautiful hit there from Dallas Morris. That one getting past the first baseman Rodriguez. He had to dive for it and just got past his glove. So a little 2-out rally here for the Orem Owls. A single, I guess you could call a 2-out rally. The score is 3-1 in favor of the Owls here in the top of the 5th. We have 2 outs and a runner on first base as Mark Trumbo steps to the plate. Trumbo's 1-4-2 on the night with a single and a pop-out. Trumbo's batting .277 coming into the game. Over Trumbo's last 10 games, he's been batting .297 with 5 RBIs. In his last 5 games, .353 average over his last 5. All right, pitcher Richard getting ready there, looking at first base. Here's the 0-0. Fastball outside, it's dropped, but nobody goes. Ball 1, 1-0 count to Trumbo. 2 outs, runner on first. I was laughing there because Morris tried to fake out the pitcher, like doing a little side step, trying to get him to throw over to first, but it didn't work. Trumbo has had at least 1 hit in 14 of his last 17 games. A little 4-game hit streak for Trumbo. There's the 1-0. High pop fly out into right center field. Underneath it actually is the second baseman and makes that snag for out number 3. That ends the top of the 5th. The Owls now lead 3-1. Come on back after this.
Oh, no. Oh.
Hello, you've reached the Satellite Emergency Service. We've located your position. How can I help you?
Yeah, I spilled my Diet Pepsi. The whole thing spilled out onto the side of the road. It's empty, and I'm still thirsty.
Okay, Miss Harvey, was the Diet Pepsi full or half empty?
I still had at least 3/4 of it left.
Mm-hmm. Are you walking or biking?
Biking.
How familiar are you with the area?
Not very.
You're facing southbound?
Yes.
All right, go 1.3 miles. You'll see a dog chasing a mailman. Take a right. There'll be a gas station with a mini mart on the left-hand side. You'll be able to purchase another Diet Pepsi there.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is there anything else I can help you with today?
I don't have my wallet on me.
Double check your left pocket. There's some lint and $1 and change.
The Diet Pepsi Satellite Emergency Service provides you with the safety and security no other soft drink can. Subscribe today and enjoy Diet Pepsi wherever you go. Light, crisp, refreshing. Diet Pepsi.
If the Owls are going to compete for the Pioneer League Championship, they're going to need an ace on the staff to lead the way. If you're thinking of buying a home or refinancing, you need an ace of your own. Look no further than Ace Mortgage Company. Our creative loan consultants offer the best terms and unsurpassed professional service. We ensure you get the loan that best suits your needs. Give us a call today at 426-5757. That's 426-5757. Ace Mortgage Company. Absolute commitment to excellence.
1400 K-Star.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingman. A very exciting game out here for the Orem Owls. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and we lead 3-1, thanks to a ground out from Marco Albano that scored 2. He scored in Jaime Stacia and Anderson Rosario. So we now lead 3-1 coming into the bottom of the 5th. Now batting for the Great Falls White Sox, 9th in the lineup, number 19, Garrett Guest, the second baseman. Guest had a busy inning as well, catching 2 pop flies. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Guest, lets it fly. The fastball, outside corner, strike 1, 0-1 count. Arredondo's good at hitting that outside corner with his fastball. So far, Arredondo has struck out 3 White Sox batters. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Arredondo. It's a fastball high and outside, but it catches the corner, strike 2, 0-2 count now to Guest. Arredondo has allowed 4 hits from the White Sox and 1 run. And that run came in off of a double. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just misses outside. Ball 1. 1-2 count now for Arredondo. Garrett Guest so far popped out to left field tonight. He's batting .232 coming into the game. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Guest. High fastball outside. Ball 2. So Arredondo up in the count. Now he's even in the count. 2-2 with no outs and a runner. No runners on base for the White Sox. Garrett Guest at the plate. Here comes Guest's 2-2 pitch, and he gets a hold of it. It's a high pop fly. Brett Martinez trying to get underneath it, but it goes into the grandstands for still strike number 2. And it bounced off of someone's skull. Now it just hit somewhere, and everyone went, oh. 2-2 is the count now. No outs, no runners yet on base. I was going to say something about the field out here. No. Well, the sun is all the way covering the shade is now covering the entire field. Here's the 2-2. It's a hard grounder to Jaime Stacia. He scoops it up gingerly and makes the throw to Trumbo for out number 1. Nice play there by Stacia, scooping up that hard hit ball from Garrett Guest. So ground out to Jaime Stacia. 1 out now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 5th. We still lead 3-1. Now batting back to the top of the lineup, Evan Tartaglia, the left fielder. Tartaglia tonight has grounded out and struck out swinging. The second strikeout of the night for Jose Arredondo. Tartaglia is batting .274 coming into the game. He has 24 stolen bases on the season. He went 3 for 4 in the game last night with a single, a double, and a triple. Almost hitting for the cycle last night. Here's his 0-0. It's a fastball, just misses the outside corner. Ball 1, 1-0 count now for Tartaglia. 1 out, no runners on base. Morris and Trumbo playing inside on the infield, touching the grass. That last one fouled off over the left field wall. Strike 1. 1-1 count now for Tartaglia. I wonder how many balls they lose in a game. It's got to be like 1 million. I would guess 30. Here's the 1-1. Goes for the bunt and pulls back, but cannot do it in time. And a fastball hits the inside corner anyway. Strike 2. 1-2 count now for Tartaglia. 1 out, no runners on. Tartaglia has got 15 RBIs in the season and 1 home run. He looks like a dangerous threat out here for the Owls, but so far he's 0 for 2 on the night, which is good, putting him out of his streak. Here's the 1-2. There's a grounder to first baseman Trumbo, and Arredondo covers the bag and gets the out at first base. Nice play there by Arredondo, hustling over to first base, tagging it with his right foot and making the snag. So it'll be 2 outs now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 5th. We still lead 3-1. Now batting for the White Sox, Darren Roberts, the center fielder. Roberts is on a 9-game hit. No, 9-game hit streak. Let me check on that. I can't find that paper now. He's on a 9-game hit streak. Wow. But tonight he hasn't hit anything. He's popped out twice. Here's his 0-0. Fastball passed on the outside. Ball 1. 1-0 count for Roberts. No, 2 outs. No runners yet on base. Another quick inning maybe here for the Orem Owls. They're good at that, getting these White Sox batters to not do much damage so far. Only a couple hits for them and 1 run. Here's the 1-0. It's a grounder fair up the third base line. Morris charges it, and it's overthrown to Mark Trumbo into the Owls bullpen. And there goes Darren Roberts to second base, and he gets to second on that overthrown ball. And they're going to call that an error on us. What's that? Hit and an error. Okay. The error allowed him to get to second base there. And it's for Arredondo. So Arredondo gets that throwing error to Mark Trumbo. No, I'm sorry. That was Dallas Morris throwing to Trumbo. So an error for the Owls, but also a hit for the, what's-his-face, Darren Roberts. He gets a single, but advances to second base on that throwing error. Okay. So now with 2 outs, the White Sox have a runner on second base. We still lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Now batting, Matt Tribble. Tribble's the right fielder. So far tonight, Tribble's 1 for 2 with a double and a pop out. His 13th double on the season. He got the third out last inning to end that one. Here's the 0-0. Fastball outside and low. Ball 1. 1-0 count to Tribble. Tribble went 3 for 5 in the game last night with 3 singles. He has 12 something. What did I write there? Can't read my chicken scratch. Tribble, let's see. What are they trying to write? I don't know. Figure it out later. Here's the 1-0. It's a slapper out in the left field. Underneath it is left fielder Hughes, who makes the jumping catch out there in left center for out number 3. Beautiful catch there by Hughes, hopping off the ground. That's 3 outs. That ends the bottom of the 5th. Owls still lead 3-1. Come on back.
Are you hungry for great tasting Mexican food? Take a time out and stop by a local Beto's. Have you tried our burritos and chimichangas? People are voting Beto's food as numero uno in Utah. Beto's has 15 convenient locations in Utah. Most of our restaurants are open 24 hours to satisfy your craving anytime. Check us out on the web at betosmex.com. Stop by any participating Beto's location and receive a Vote for Beto's punch card, which could entitle you to free food. Holy frijoles! It's Beto's time.
The Wolverine, or Kula lascus, makes its den close to the I-15 freeway in Orem, Utah. Its feeding grounds on the campus of Utah Valley State College provides the Wolverine with a plentiful diet of over 32 four-year programs and an array of savory associate's degrees. But the Wolverine's an insatiable hunter and has developed an appetite for larger prey in the NCAA. Its recent forays have already disrupted Division I wildlife throughout the region. The Wolverine's a ferocious fighter, known to defeat animals several times its size. Humans should avoid confrontation with Wolverines wherever possible. Yet, for the sake of research, we went into the Wolverine den to record their behavior.
For decades, the cougar's been presumed by ecologists and athletic directors in Utah to be at the top of the provincial food chain. Now, with the introduction of the green and gold UVSC Wolverines into the NCAA Division I ecosystem, it's evident that, as they say, there's a new color in town.
KSRR Provo.
You're unbelievable.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. Thanks for tuning in. We're in the top of the 6th inning. The Owls are still leading 3-1 over the Great Falls White Sox. At the plate right now, Brett Martinez. Here comes his 0-0 pitch. It's an inside fastball for ball 1. 1-0 is the count. No outs, no runners on base. Still pitching out there is Clayton Richard, left-handed pitcher for the White Sox. So far, Richard has allowed 3 runs scored in. Here's his 1-0, another fastball inside, ball 2. 2-0 count to Martinez. Richard has struck out 4 Owlz batters so far and walked 2 of them as well. He's allowed a double, a triple, and a bunch of 5 singles. That last one, fastball inside as well, ball 3. 3 balls, 3 fastballs, 3-0 count now to Martinez, and here comes his pitch. And that one hits the inside corner with a fastball, strike 1. That's what he's trying to hit, I think, if I'm not mistaken. 3-1 count now for Martinez. No outs, no runners yet on base. Let's see what's going on around the minor league teams in the Pioneer League. There's a 3-1 to Martinez. High pop fly out to center field. Underneath it is Roberts for the White Sox, and he makes the can of corn catch out there in shallow center field for out number 1. Martinez is still 0 for 3 on the night. Well, he's now 0 for 3. 1 out now for the Owls here in the top of the 6th. We still lead 3-1. Now batting Michael Hughes, the left fielder. Hughes is 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout and a ground out. Batting .244 coming into the game. And I have the Pioneer League scores around the league here. Just a second, I'll tell you as soon as I get a chance. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Hughes, lets it fly. High fastball, ball 1. Okay. Let's see, the Missoula Osprey are playing the Casper Rockies. They are in the 5th inning. The Casper Rockies are leading 6-0. The Ogden Raptors are playing the Billings Mustangs. Here's the 1-0 to Hughes. Inside fastball, ball 2. 2-0 count now. The Ogden Raptors against the Billings Mustangs. The score is tied 0-0 in the bottom of the 4th. The Helena Brewers are playing the Idaho Falls Chuckers. The Brewers lead 1-0 in the 5th. Here's the 2-0. Fastball hits the inside corner. Strike 1. 2-1 count for Hughes. 1 out. No runners yet on base. So that's what's going on out there. Let's see what's happening in the major leagues as well. I have those scores as well. What would interest us? Maybe the Chicago White Sox and the Angels. Here's the 2-1. Another fastball inside corner. Strike 2. 2-2 count now. The New York Yankees are playing the Chicago White Sox. The Yankees are leading 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th. And let's see, Boston is playing the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. There's the 2-2. It's a grounder up the middle. Shortstop scoops it up, makes the throw, and gets him just barely. Another ground out there from Michael Hughes. He is missing these tags by about 3 milliseconds. He is a fast guy, and they're just tagging him out a little too quick. So Hughes remains 0 for 3 on the night. Okay, 2 outs now for the Owls in the top of the 6th. We still lead 3-1. Now batting Billy Boyer, the second baseman. Boyer's 1 for 2 in the night with a single and a pop out. And .247 coming into the game. Boston is playing the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They're in the top of the 1st. It's 0-0 out there. Here's the 0-0 to Boyer. High fastball. This is outside. Ball 1. 1-0 count to Boyer. Again, Boyer's been batting .233 over his last 9 games with 4 RBIs. Batting .333 over his last 4 games. Here's the 1-0. Fastball inside corner. Strike 1. 1-1 count to Boyer. Boyer bats .291 against left-handed pitchers, like Richard for the White Sox. Let's see. Against the White Sox, Boyer has been batting .143 with 2 RBIs. Here comes Boyer's 1-1 pitch. Lets it fly. Gets a hold of it. Grounder foul up the third base line barely. Strike 2. 1-2 count. That one just bouncing along the line there. 1-2 count for Boyer. 2 outs. No runners on base. Boyer has had at least 1 strikeout in 12 of his last 14 games. And tonight he has not struck out yet. Good news. Thank you, Chris Peterson, for that information. All right, looking in. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Boyer. Lets it fly. High fastball misses outside. Ball 2. 2-2 count now for Boyer. 2 outs. No runners on base yet. Boyer went 0 for 4 in the game last night. Sadly, he grounded into 2 double plays and was hit by a pitch in the back. He's okay now. He was okay last night, too. Here's the 2-2 to Boyer. And fouls it down there, barely getting a tip of it off of his handle. Still the 2-2 count for Boyer. As a leadoff batter, Billy Boyer bats .342. He's had 6 walks as a leadoff batter and 3 home runs, 3 solo home runs. He does have 7 home runs over the entire season. Okay, here's the 2-2 pitch to Boyer. Swing and a miss and an outside fastball. Strike 3, out number 3. That ends the top of the 5th. Owlz still lead 3-1. Come on back.
Insure both your car and home with us through Auto Owners Insurance, and we'll save you money. That's right. With Auto Owners Multiple Policy Discount, when you insure both your car, home, mobile home, or condominium, we'll save you time and money by consolidating all of your insurance needs with the no-problem company. Auto Owners Insurance.
For a free comparison, contact Western States Insurance Agency in Spanish Fork on Center Street across from City Park. Western States Insurance. Our customers are first class, just like our service. Find us in the yellow pages under insurance.
This is the true story of flying wolverines. Once there was a smart doctor named Dr. Smart. One day at Utah Valley State College, Dr. Smart met some wolverines who wanted to learn to fly, but they had no wings. Dr. Smart said, I can give you wings, and he started a professional flight school for the wolverines. He saw how the industry was growing, so he made room for more wolverines in his school. Soon he had a full staff of instructors and a fleet of aircraft to help teach hundreds of wolverines in Utah Valley. There were hundreds of other wolverines, though, living all over the country who wanted to learn to fly at such a great school. Dr. Smart told them, wings for you, too. Then he did something very unique. He made aviation courses available online. Suddenly, wolverines living far away could train at flight schools right in their own backyards and earn their bachelor's degrees from UVSC. Today, thanks to Dr. Smart and UVSC's Global Aviation Program, there are flying wolverines all over the world. You can learn about them at uvscaviation.com.
This message sponsored by the Salt Lake Radio Broadcasters Association.
1400 K-Star.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. We're in the bottom of the fifth. The Owls lead 3-1. We have a new pitcher out there for the Orem Owls, Andy Hill. Number 17, Andy Hill now pitching. That gets rid of Jose Arredondo, who pitched 5 innings. He allowed 5 hits. He allowed 1 run scored. It was earned. And he walked 1 and struck out 3. Jose Arredondo with 5 innings of work tonight. A good job out there, only allowing 1 run scored and 5 hits. Those are unofficial, of course. I don't know what I'm doing. That's what I got from my information. We'll see what happens at the end of the night. Okay, so Andy Hill comes in to pitch for the Orem Owls. He'll be facing the middle of the lineup for the White Sox with Manny Rodriguez, Francisco Hernandez, and Brandon Allen. So here comes Manny Rodriguez to the plate. Rodriguez is 1 for 2 in the night with a single and a ground out. All right, Andy Hill, let it fly. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Rodriguez and cracks it out into right field, a high pop fly, and it bounces foul just barely. Rosario made the hustle for it, but that is strike number 1. 0-1 is the count now. These Orem Owls radio broadcasts are brought to you by The Clean Home. A clean home is a luxurious home. J&J Services, Scott Concrete, All-Star Garage, Marcon Incorporated, Sportsmanswarehouse.com, Ace Mortgage Company, Blue Mountain Insurance, SOS Staffing Services, Escape Motorsports, Stephen Henniger College, All Pro Tires, Under Car Care, where honest, fast, friendly service comes first, and Jack's Tire and Oil. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to 1400 AM K-Star for allowing these broadcasts to be possible. That last one, a fastball inside corner, strike 2. So it's the 0-2 count now for Rodriguez. No outs, no runners on base. Here comes the 0-2 to Rodriguez. And tries to check his swing, and he does, for an outside slow curve. That is ball 1, 1-2 count. Andy Hill has a slider that he likes to use for a strikeout pitch. That was it right there. It just goes into right-handed batters and away over the plate. So he's got the 1-2 count now for Rodriguez, and here comes the 1-2 pitch. Lets it fly. Gets a hold of it, a slapper out in the center field, a line drive bouncing in front of Santrell Smith, and there goes Rodriguez to first base with his second hit on the night. He's now 2 for 3 with a single. So no outs, runner on first base. Next batting for the White Sox, Francisco Hernandez, the catcher. Andy Hill pitching for the Orem Owls comes into the game with a record of 2-3, a 4.45 ERA on 28 and a third innings pitched. He's got 29 strikeouts and 12 walks on the season. He has a runner on first base and no outs yet for the White Sox. Now batting Francisco Hernandez. He's 0 for 2 in the night with a pop out and a ground out. Owls still lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Hernandez. Let this one fly. High fastball. That is ball 1, 1-0 count. All right, new scores out there in the major league. The Boston and the Angels still tied 0-0 in the top of the first. How's that possible? They haven't played. Now we're just going to take a break for a little while. Let's just sit down in the dugout. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss and a slow looping curve coming inside. That is strike 1. 1-1 count for, who's this guy? Hernandez. The Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees. It's still 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th. I think those are the same scores as I read already. But it's all right. It's good to be reminded of those things. 1-1 is the count for Hernandez. Runner on first, no outs. Here comes his 1-1 pitch. An inside fastball just misses the inside corner for ball 2. 2-1 count now for Hernandez. Let's see what else I got about Andy Hill. He's from Olympia, Washington. He lettered in basketball and baseball. Let's see. What does he do at his last outing? Let me find that. Here comes his 2-1 pitch to Hernandez, and it flies back into my face for strike 2. 2-2 count now. That one went about 3 feet away from the press box up here, which is very cool, by the way. It's slanted, and it hangs over the grandstand, so I get a bird's eye view of the stadium. Okay, 2-2 count. No outs. Runner on first base. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hernandez, and he gets a hold of it, cracks it out into right field. That is a bouncing off the wall hit over there. It's going to be a double for Hernandez. And there goes Rodriguez to third. He's coming in for the run scored, undetested, and that is a RBI double for Francisco Hernandez, scoring in Manny Rodriguez in for the run scored. The score is now 3-2 in favor of the Owls here in the bottom of the 5th. And Hernandez now has 12 doubles on the season and 23 RBIs. Okay. All right, so the score is 3-2 in favor of the Owls here in the bottom of the 5th. The White Sox still have no outs, and now a runner on second base as Brandon Allen, the designated hitter, steps to the plate. Allen is so far 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout and a walk. Andy Hill's last outing, he pitched 2 innings. He allowed 1 hit. He walked 1. He struck out 1. No runs scored in that one. No earned runs, as they call it in the baseball world. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Allen. Lets this one fly. Cracks a grounder to second baseman Boyer. It's scooped up and thrown to Trumbo for out number 1. But that allows Hernandez to get to third base there. So a sacrifice there for Brandon Allen. 1 out now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 5th. We still lead 3-2. Now batting the third baseman, number 28, J.J. Schmidt. Schmidt so far is 2 for 2 in the night with an RBI double and a single. He has 7 doubles now in the season and 6 RBIs, 1 home run for Schmidt. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Schmidt. The high fastball catches the corner inside. Strike 1. 0-1 count now. Oh, I see. Okay, here's the line on Jose Arredondo. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. Strike 2. Did not check his swing in time. 0-2 count for Schmidt. Here's Jose Arredondo. He pitched 5 innings, allowed 5 hits, 1 run, 1 of them earned. He walked 1, struck out 3. I was right. I got everything correct. You're a genius, Joey. Baseball genius. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. 1-2 count now for Schmidt. 1 out, runner on third base. How does Schmidt do with runners in scoring position? Let's find out. Oops, dropped something important. My insulin. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Gets a hold of it, grounder to shortstop Heinle Stacia. He holds the runner on third and throws to Trumbo for out number 2. Nice play there by Heinle Stacia. He took 1 look at the runner on third, who is Hernandez, and told him, you better stay, and then still had time to throw to Trumbo and get the out at first base. Nice play there. 2 outs now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 5th. The score is 3-2 in favor of the Owls. Now batting, Rolando Acosta. He's got 2 outs and a runner on third base. Acosta has struck out and popped out tonight. The first strikeout for Jose Arredondo. Here's his 0-0. Fastball outside, misses, ball 1. 1-0 count. Martinez going out to the mound to talk to Andy Hill out there. Let's see, Schmidt with runners in scoring position bats only 150. With 2 outs, he bats 333 though. Interesting. He's scored 2 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs, batting 333. The crowd is yelling. Now it looks like there's about 3,000 people here. It's pretty crowded out here in the field. Okay, 2 outs, runner on third. Acosta at the plate now for the White Sox. Here's his 0-0 pitch. Fastball just misses the outside low corner for ball 1. 1-0 count now. 2 outs, still a runner on third base. Acosta is 0 for 2 in the night again with a strikeout and a pop-out. He's batting 178 coming into the game. 12 RBIs, 2 home runs. Here's his 1-0 pitch. Tries to check his swing for an outside fastball, and he does not. For strike number 1. 1-1 count now for Acosta. That was what is it called? Appealed by the infield ump. It is now 2-1. Okay. 2-1 count now for Acosta. Here's his pitch. Gets a hold of it, flapper out into the right field gap, and that one Sancho Smith cannot get to, and he's running to second base, and he holds up on first. Okay. A RBI single for Rolando Acosta, and that ties up the game here 3-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Acosta now with his first hit on the night. He now has 13 RBIs. So with 2 outs, the White Sox have a runner on first base and now tie the game 3-3. The home run for all your garage door needs is All-Star Garage. All-Star Garage introduces its latest innovation in garage door remodeling, the virtual photo, which allows an on-site preview of your new garage door with instant before and after pictures before you make the purchase. All-Star Garage, if we can't fix it, we won't charge you. 763-1114. SOS Staffing Services is proud to be a sponsor of Orem Owlz Baseball. Is your company looking for top talent? Do you have open positions that must be filled with key players? SOS Services is Utah County's home team. SOS has 25 Utah offices strategically placed to recruit top talent. SOS specializes in permanent placements in all careers, temp to hire, and temporary employment. So the next time your business needs a home run, pick SOS Staffing Services. Did you know that Stephen Henniger College offers students of all ages a no-nonsense, fast-track approach to your education? They help you achieve your education and career goals with associate and bachelor's degrees in medical, business, and computer fields. They offer financial aid to those who qualify and scholarships for high school juniors and seniors. They have work-friendly class schedules, small class sizes, hands-on training, and career services. Take a tour of the new Orem campus on Sand Hill Road, 1 block south of the Orem Super Walmart. Call 375-5455 for an appointment. Hours are 8 to 8. That's 375-5455. Bad last hit there. A grounder to the shortstop, Stacia, throws it to Boyer at second and gets the force out at second base. That's 3 outs. That ends the bottom of the fifth. The score is now tied 3-3. Come on back.
Welcome to the Pepsi Theater Minute. Today, the story of Langusto and Pesto.
Ah, Langusto.
Oh, Pesto.
Cacciatore, lasagna, gorgonzola.
Oh, linguini, la carbonara, calzone.
Scalupini, tortellini al pomodoro, bruschetta, prosciutto, ricotta. Pepsi.
Pepsi, cappellini, salame, pancetta, Pepsi, mortadella.
Calzone, Pepsi.
Pepsi, ravioli, scalopine, minestrone, prosciutto.
Pepsi e scalopine.
Linguini, cannelloni, maccheroni, gnocchi, gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola, Bologna.
Spaghetti.
Antipasti.
Parmigiano, provolone, mozzarella, Pepsi.
Langusto, calamari. Langusto, Pepsi.
Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
After watching the Orem Owls hit home runs all night, it's time to have a great reason to run home. Nothing beats a Love Stack waiting for you. Oversized sacks from Love Stack may look like huge bean bags, but they are filled with extra soft Durafoam and come in a variety of designer covers ready to match any lifestyle. But just like the Owls, a Love Stack is something you've got to see in person to really appreciate. Come stack out for yourself at the Love Stack store in the Riverwood Shopping Center in Provo, or any of the other locations across the Wasatch Front. For the original and still the best oversized sack, there's only Love Stack.
KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. Thanks for tuning in. We're now in the top of the 6th inning. The score is now tied 3-3, thanks to an RBI single and an RBI double from the White Sox. Francisco Hernandez and Rolando Acosta tying up the game there. Awful tie up the game. New pitcher out there for the White Sox, number 17, Matt Nackreiner, now pitching for the Great Falls White Sox. And a pinch hitter for the Orem Owls, that's Bradley Kuhn. Kuhn now batting for Anderson Rosario, coming in pinch hitting here at Rosario's third at bat. Okay. Top of the 6th, scores tied 3-3. Kuhn's at the plate right now for the Owls, pinch hitting for Rosario. He's got no outs and no runners yet on base. All right, here we go. A new pitcher, what's his name? Ryan Nackreiner. Kind of like Rob Reiner, but with a knack instead of a Rob. All right. Kuhn's getting ready, and here comes his 0-0 pitch. And he bunts it foul. Strike one, 0-1 count. Kuhn is a big bunter. Lots of singles under his belt. Kuhn is batting .303 coming into the game. He's got 16 RBIs and no home runs. Kuhn has 2 doubles and 1 triple. The rest of them are all singles. He's had 152 at-bats with 34 strikeouts and 19 walks. And Kuhn has the 0-1 count, no outs, no runners yet on base. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Kuhn, and lets this one fly. The fastball and just misses outside low corner for ball one. 1-1 count now for Kuhn. In the game last night, Kuhn went, 2 for 4 with 2 singles and an RBI. There's his 0-1 and a grounder to the first baseman. It's scooped up and tagged on first base for out number 1. So Kuhn grounds out to first base. Okay. Kuhn was caught stealing last time as well, sadly. Okay. 1 out now for the Owls on top of the 6th. Score is still tied 3-3. Now batting, bottom of the lineup, Stantrell Smith, the center fielder. Smith is 1 for 2 in the night with a single. Here's his 0-0 pitch and a grounder into himself for strike one. 0-1 count, fouled off there. 0-1 count to Smith, 1 out, no runners on base. Smith came in for the run scored off of the triple from Heinley Stacia way back in the third inning. It was a fantastic time for the Orem Owlz. All right, so Smith now with the 0-1 count and 1 out, no runners on. Here comes Smith's 0-1 pitch, and he fouled. Grounder up the first base line there. It's fair, and it's caught by the first baseman Rodriguez and tagged on first base. That was just a couple inches away from the line there, going up first base. Okay, so Heinley Stacia. Darn it, why do I keep calling him that? Stantrell Smith grounds out to first base as well. That's 2 groundouts in a row to first base so far this inning. Okay. 2 outs now for the Owlz in the top of the 6th. No runners on base. Score still tied 3-3. Now batting number 14, Heinley Stacia, the shortstop. Stacia's 2 for 2 in the night, still with a double and a triple. He was walked his last at-bat. Here comes Stacia's 0-0 pitch. Inside fastball, ball 1. 1-0 count now for Stacia. There was something I wanted to say about Stacia, and I never got a chance to. What was it? I don't know. Here's his 0-0. Swings on a high fastball, strike 1, 0-1 count. Stacia bats .313 against the White Sox. He's had 4 RBIs and 2 stolen bases versus the White Sox, and we played them out at the home of the Owlz Stadium last week. 1-1 count for Stacia. What happened there? And fouls that one back. Oh, because he found one down. All right, that is strike 2. 1-2 count now for Stacia. 2 outs and no runners on base. Starting to be a fast inning out here for the Orem Owlz. Stacia is a switch hitter, and he's batting now left against this right-handed pitcher, Nack Reiner. And let's see, I'll get the line on Nack Reiner in just a second. Here's his 1-2. Grounder up the first base line, foul. 1-2 count for Stacia still. Nack Reiner comes in the game with a record of 2-2, 8.39 ERA on 24 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's got 29 strikeouts and 19 walks. He comes in the game for Clayton Richard. I'll have the line on Clayton Richard in just a second. Let me count up. Let's see. He'll come in. I can't remember. Okay. He must have come in at the inning change. All right, now batting is Marco Albano. His first pitch, he grounds to the first baseman, and it's bobbled, but the first baseman still tags him, almost falling over himself. That was awful. That's 3 outs. That ends the top of the 7th. Score is still tied 3-3. Come on back.
Everybody wants to be recognized for their accomplishments. From Little League to the pros, Employee of the Month to Salesperson of the Year, awards are a great way of saying you're a superstar. If you have a superstar on your team or at work, contact Payson Sports and Trophy. They feature a winning selection of awards, plaques, and trophies, as well as custom engraving and quantity discounts. Find them in your Yellow Pages or stop by at 15 East 100 North in Payson. Payson Sports and Trophy, blue ribbon quality and service.
Out and Back is your Utah Valley source for all your family's outdoor adventure needs. Serving Utah County for over 17 years. We have a wide stock of excellent gear and clothing from Mountain Hardwear, the North Face, and Sierra Designs, along with the Valley's largest selection of Chaco sandals. Whether you go camping, climbing, hiking, or mountaineering, we have what you need. Let us take care of you. Out and Back, 1797 South State Street, Orem. Bring in your Owlz ticket stub within 7 days after the game and get up to 3 pair of our $14.95 Quick Dry Nylon River Shorts for only $4.95. Or mention this ad and get 2 pair of $6.95 outdoor socks free with any purchase over $20.
When a medical emergency occurs, the minutes it takes for help to arrive can be the most important minutes in saving a person's life. Do you know what to do in a life-threatening situation? Save a Heart of Utah provides daily private and public classes in CPR and first aid, including the new automatic external defibrillator. The classes are interactive, practical, enjoyable, and may just be the most important 2 hours you ever spend. Make sure you know what to do in an emergency. Call Save a Heart Utah at 582-7114.
1400 K-Star is KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. We're now in the bottom of the 7th inning. The score is tied 3-3. Again, pitching out there for the Orem Owlz, Andy Hill. So far, Hill has allowed 2 runs scored in that tied up the game. An RBI double and an RBI single from Acosta and Hernandez. Hill has not struck out any batters or walked any batters so far in this game. Okay, so bottom of the 7th, scores tied 3-3. Hill is now facing the top of the lineup with Evan Tartaglia, Darren Roberts, and Matt Tribble. Here's the first pitch to Tartaglia. It's an inside fastball for ball one. 1-0 count, no outs, no runners on base. So far tonight, Tartaglia is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. Here's his 1-0. Gets a hold of it, a slapper out in the left field, and it is just a little too far for left fielder Hughes, bouncing into the warning track. There goes Tartaglia to second base, and that is a double for Tartaglia. His first hit on the night, his first time on base tonight as well. Tartaglia now has 7 doubles on the season, and that is the, can't read, 6th hit for the White Sox? Okay. So in the bottom of the 7th, score 3-3. The White Sox now have a runner on second with no outs. Now batting Darren Roberts, the center fielder. Roberts is 1 for 3 in the night with a single. Well, not really a single. He reached on an error, so he's been on base only once. Popped out his other at-bats. Batting .280, Roberts. Okay. Here comes the 0-0 pitch. Looks like he's going to bunt, and he does, but it's foul. Strike one, 0-1 count. Dallas Morris is charging in there. Jaime Station covering third base, but the bunt went foul. Okay, 0-1 count now. No outs. Runner on second base out there. Tartaglia out there with his double. His leadoff double, as they call it in the business. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Hill, again, with a record of 2-3, a 4.45 ERA. Let's look at Hill's last outing. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch to Roberts. Got a runner on second base and no outs. Hill lets the 0-1 pitch go, lets it fly. Outside fastball, ball one, 1-1 count. Hill's last outing, he pitched 2 innings. He struck out 1, walked 1, and allowed 1 hit, no earned runs. Not bad. Did not get the decision in that outing. Let's see if I have any more stuff about him. Here's the 1-1. It's a pop fly out to right field. Underneath it is Rosario in shallow right field to make the catch. He throws back into second base. Stasia's there to back it up. And Tartaglia stays on second. And now 1 out. That pop out there from Darren Roberts. He's now popped out 3 times in the game. 3 out of 4 times. Okay, score is still tied 3-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. The White Sox now have 1 out with a runner on second base still. Now batting Matt Tribble, the right fielder. Tribble so far tonight has a double and 2 pop-outs. That double was against Jose Arredondo, his 13th double on the season for Tribble. Tribble came in the game batting .303, and there's another pitching change in the mound there. They take away Andy Hill. Tom Kotzman going out to the mound. When the Owls built their stadium, they went with a contractor that kept an eye on beauty, comfort, and detail. For your next building project, let Marcon Incorporated General Contracting create that beauty, comfort, and detail for you. They specialize in custom new construction, remodels, and additions. Marcon Incorporated General Contracting. Let them take the hassle out of your construction needs. And when it comes to firearms, bearing arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Never celebrate the 4th of July by firing rounds into the air. Store your firearms out of the reach of children and always use trigger-locking devices and gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, located on Riverdale Road between PetSmart and Target, and online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. Are you tired of that old routine? Why don't you go down to Escape Motorsports in Provo? They have what you need to re-energize your life. Escape Motorsports has dirt bikes, street bikes, ATVs, jet boats, personal watercraft, and generators. They even have zero-down financing available and approved credit. So why don't you go down to Escape Motorsports at 1480 North State in Provo and put some excitement back into your life. In baseball, it takes a line drive straight up the middle to bring the runner home. If your car is having trouble driving a straight line or difficulty bringing you home, contact Jack Tire and Oil. They specialize in wheel alignment, balancing tires, oil changes, lube jobs, tune-ups, and more. Jack Tire and Oil. See them on North State Street in Orem. All right, new pitcher out there for the Orem Owls. I'm going to try to see a number here. I can't recognize from the face. Whittington now pitching. Okay. So another pitcher for the Orem Owls out there now pitching, Anthony Whittington. Hopefully the Whittington family is listening all the way in Buffalo, West Virginia. Whittington last played with Buffalo High School. He's a he's a left-handed pitcher. Pardon me. Whittington, a left-handed pitcher, acquired in 2003. He's 6'5". He comes in the game here, relieving Andy Hill. Hill only pitched He pitched 1 1/3 inning. Pardon me. So let's see. Hill becomes Whittington. Whittington comes into the game with a record of 1-1. He's got a 2.55 ERA on 24 2/3 innings pitched. He's got 28 strikeouts and 23 walks. I believe he's up there in the Pioneer League leaders with his walks. Let me check. Looking at the pages, trying to find the page. I'm looking up Whittington down here. Pitchers. Whittington. There he is. He is up there in the Pioneer League standings with his 23 walks. He is in last place. Well, let's see. Third place up there with those 5 numbers. Okay. 1 out. Runner on second base. Score is tied 3-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Now batting, Matt Tribble. And here comes the 0-0 pitch to Tribble. And Whittington checks his runner on second, lets it fly. Gets a hold of it, a grounder past Dallas Morris. He thought Stacia was going to cover that one, and he didn't. And there's a single for Matt Tribble off the first pitch. And now runners on the corners with 1 out for the White Sox. Curses. Let's see here. Okay. 1 out. Runners on the corners. Score is tied 3-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Now batting, Manny Rodriguez, the first baseman. Rodriguez so far is 2 for 3 in the night with a single, 2 singles, and a ground out. Let's talk about Anthony Whittington, new pitcher out there for the Orem Owlz. Whittington's got a fastball and a curveball that comes in pretty fast. He is lettered in baseball, basketball, and football. In high school, Whittington pitched a perfect game. Lends that to his record. 1 out. Runners on the corners. Here comes the 0-0 pitch. Gets a hold of it, and it's fouled off the left field wall for strike 1. 0-1 count for Rodriguez. 1 out. Runners on the corners. Rodriguez batting .272 coming into the game. Again, he's 2 for 3 in the night. Anything else I got about Whittington? He relieves Andy Hill, who pitched 1 1/3 innings. Andy Hill allowed a double, a single, 2 singles, 2 doubles, a couple ground outs, pop outs. Here's the 0-0. It's a swing and a miss on the inside, and the throw is to Trumbo from Martinez off that inside fastball, but runner on third is still safe over there. Nice play by Martinez. The runner still safe. So the 0-2 count now for Rodriguez with 1 out and runners on the corners. That was a swing and a miss there. Martinez giving a few more signs to Anthony Whittington, trying to get some things clear. 1 1/3. 2 earned runs. I'm doing the line for Andy Hill. See if I get it correct. Okay, so 0-2 count for Rodriguez. Here comes his pitch. The fastball just misses outside for ball 1. 1-2 count now. 1 out. Runners on the corners. Night has fallen out here in Great Falls, Montana. It's a beautiful night. There's a whole bunch of bugs, though. It looks like Jurassic Park or something. There's bugs swarming everywhere. They haven't come in the booth yet, thankfully. I don't smell as sweet as I do most days. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Rodriguez. Lets this one fly. Inside fastball misses the corner inside. Ball 2. 2-2 count now for Rodriguez. Whittington was above in the count. Now he's back to even. 2-2 with 1 out and runners on the corners. Rodriguez has 8 home runs and 32 RBIs. Pardon me. He last played with Bristol, acquired as a free agent way back in 2000. Here's a 2-2, swing and a miss, inside curve, strike 3. And Manny Rodriguez strikes out swinging. That's the first strikeout of the night for Anthony Whittington, and his 29th strikeout on the season. Bam. 2 outs now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 7th. Score still tied 3-3. They have runners on the corners. Stepping to the plate now, number 12, Francisco Hernandez, the catcher. Hernandez had a double his last at-bat with an RBI, his 12th double on the season. He's also grounded out and popped out. Hernandez is up there in the Pioneer League leaders with his .340 batting average. He last played with Kannapolis, acquired as a free agent in 2002. Here comes Hernandez's 0-0 pitch. Lets it fly and gets a hold of it out into left field. Looks like it's going foul, just barely. You heard the crowd. That was a over the wall out there in left field. If it was about 10 feet more over, that would have been a home run, but it wasn't, thank goodness. Strike 1. 0-1 count for Hernandez. 2 outs, runners on the corner still. Crowd's still pretty big out here at Centene Stadium in Great Falls, Montana. I could say about 3,000 people now. That looks about right. No more, not worrying about the sun anymore. It's very beautiful out here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball just misses outside. Ball 1. 1-1 count now for Hernandez. I hope the Whittington family is listening. They were in the home of the Owlz Stadium a couple weeks ago, checking out their son pitch. Hope they're listening tonight. So far, he has struck out 1 and allowed only 1 hit. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Hernandez. Checking his runner on first. Lets the 1-1 pitch fly. Inside fastball just misses. That is ball 2, 2-1 count. Whittington is just missing his outside and inside corners with his fastball. He has thrown one curveball so far. All right. Pardon me. 2-1 count for Hernandez. Here comes his pitch. Fastball outside, barely misses the corner. Geez, these look like they're hitting it, but I guess not. 3-2. And 3-1 count now for Hernandez. 2 outs, runner still in the corners. A little 2-out rally here for the White Sox. All right. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Hernandez. And come on. Lets it fly. Inside fastball, ball 4, and a walk. Off of ball 4 there, the first walk in the game for Anthony Whittington and his 24th walk on the season. And now bases are loaded for the Great Falls White Sox with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Score is still tied 3-3. Stepping to the plate now is Brandon Allen, the worst batter to come up in the bases loaded situation. He is up there in the Pioneer League leaders with his 10 home runs and his 37 RBIs. Let's see how Brandon Allen does with runners in scoring position like this. Brandon Allen with runners in with bases loaded, that's 1,000. He's had 1 at bat with bases loaded, and it looks like he got a double there, scoring in 2. Curses. Oh well, we'll see what happens. Numbers can't tell everything. The numbers have no memory. It's a new day. A new day, a new way for loving. Okay, so here we go. Bottom of the 7th. Scores tied 3-3. 2 outs for the White Sox. Bases loaded. Here comes Allen to the plate. So far tonight he's struck out, sacrificed, and walked. Here comes Allen's 0-0 pitch. And lets it fly there. It's a curveball that misses the outside low corner for ball 1. 1-0 count to Allen. Allen batting .271 coming into the game. He last played with Bristol, acquired in the 5th round in 2004. Again, Whittington out there on the mound for the Orem Owlz, taking the place of Hill out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Allen. Same place, outside curveball, ball 2. 2-0 count now for Allen. 2 outs, runners on all the bases, also called bases loaded situation. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Looking through my papers. I don't have anything. I think I've ran out of things to say about these White Sox. I'm scared of them now. I want them to take this from us. Okay, 2-0 count for Allen. 2 outs, runners on bases loaded. Here's the 2-0, and fouls it up into the grandstand. Strike 1. 2-1 count now for Allen. Thank you. Here's what's going on in the Major League for the Chicago White Sox, still playing the New York Yankees. The Yankees are still on top 3-1 in the bottom of the 9th. For the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Boston is leading them 1-0 in the top of the 3rd Eastern Standard Time. Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss and an inside curve. That is strike 2. Deuces on the board for the White Sox. 2-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Interesting time here for the White Sox and the Orem Owlz and new pitcher Whittington. I also have minor league scores around the league, of course, and I'll read those in just a second. Here's the 2-2, high, slow curve, ball 3. 3-2 count now for Allen. This is too exciting. The crowd is going nuts here. It's the 3-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Scores tied 3-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Whittington checking his runner. Here's the 3-2, inside, ball 4. And Anthony Whittington walks in, a run scored. And that was Evan Tartaglia coming in for the run scored there off of that ball 4, pushing the runners around in that bases loaded situation. The White Sox now lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. They still have bases loaded with 2 outs. And there goes Tom Kochman out to the mound to switch pitchers again. That'll do it for Anthony Whittington. I'll make a little mark there. See who they're going to bring in here. Looks like, is that Sullivan or Romero? I think that's Sullivan coming in. Okay, another pitching change out there for the Orem Owlz. Tell you just as soon as I know. Yeah, that's got to be Sullivan. Number 6, right? Sorry, I'm just talking to myself up here. Hope you don't mind. Sullivan. All right, now pitching for the Orem Owls is Anthony Sullivan out there on the mound. Sullivan now pitching for the Owls. He comes in replacing Anthony Whittington. Whittington pitched only 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 2 walks, a run scored, and a single. He struck out 1. Okay, so here comes Anthony Sullivan. Sullivan was born in Queens, New York. Last played with St. John's University in 2005, acquired. He's 5'11". He's a right-handed pitcher. Sullivan comes in here in the bottom of the 7th with the White Sox leading 4-3. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Sullivan comes in the game with a record of 4-2. He's got a 6.16 ERA on 30 2/3 innings pitched. He's got 25 strikeouts and 13 walks on the season. Sullivan will be facing bottom 3 of the lineup, J.J. Schmidt, Rolando Acosta, and Garrett Guest. Interesting. Okay, let's see what's going on in the minor leagues. The Missoula Osprey, again playing the Casper Rockies. They're in the bottom of the 6th. The Casper Rockies are leading 11-1. Wow. The Ogden Raptors are playing the Billings Mustangs. They're in the bottom of the 6th as well. The score's tied. Ogden and Billings 2-2. Helena Brewers are playing the Idaho Falls Chuckers. They're in the top of the 6th with the Helena Brewers leading only 1-0 over Idaho Falls. Nice work, Idaho Falls. In the major leagues, again, Boston at L.A. Angels. Boston leading 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. And Chicago White Sox, let's see. New York Yankees are leading the White Sox 3-1 in the bottom of the 9th. I think I already read those. Okay, now batting, J.J. Schmidt, the 3rd baseman. He's got 2 outs and bases loaded with the White Sox leading 4-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Sullivan, new pitcher. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to J.J. Schmidt, and he lets this one fly, gets a hold of it, flaps it out in the left field. It's a line drive that gets past Michael Hughes, and here comes 2 runs scored in and a double for J.J. Schmidt, bringing in Matt Tribble and Francisco Hernandez in for the run scored. That's a 2 RBI double for J.J. Schmidt. Schmidt now has 7 doubles on the season. No, actually 8 doubles. That's his 2nd double on the night. He is now 3 for 4. J.J. Schmidt now with 8 RBIs. Okay, the score is now 5-3 in favor of the... Is that a 6? They didn't score 3. No. 5-3. What was it? 4? Oh, that's right. 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Now batting is Rolando Acosta, the shortstop. First pitch is a high inside fastball for ball 1. Okay, 2 outs. Runners on 2nd and 3rd base for the White Sox. Now batting Rolando Acosta. Here comes his 1-0 pitch. And he gets a hold of it out into right field. It's a pop fly. Underneath it is Rosario making the catch for out number 3. Thank goodness. That ends the bottom of the 7th. The White Sox are now leading 6-3. Come on back.
I'm here at Utah Valley State College with new president William Cederberg. Mr. Cederberg, why is UVSC your choice?
UVSC is my choice because it's a dynamic institution. The faculty are very strong. It's located in a community with strong values, a community committed to higher education, and I think the future is extremely bright here. So as I looked at it, I really didn't want to go to a school that was just maintaining the status quo. I wanted to be a school that was in transition, that was exciting, that was happening.
Okay. As president, what are your plans?
My largest job as president is to help the school and the members of this UVSC community establish a direction for the future, and then to go out and rally support for that direction. I think the future is extremely bright, and UVSC is definitely my choice for the future.
Today, more and more people are insuring their homes with us through Auto Owners Insurance. We'll provide low-cost, quality protection, claim service that is second to none, and if you insure both your home and car through Auto Owners Insurance, you'll qualify for additional premium discounts.
Find out more at Blue Mountain Insurance, located on University Avenue in Provo. Give them a call at 373-SAVE. That's 373-7283. Blue Mountain Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people.
1400 K-Star is KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. We're now on the top of the 8th inning. The White Sox are now leading 6-3, thanks to a 2 RBI double from J.J. Schmidt and an RBI single, I believe, from Rolando Acosta. They now lead 6-3 here in the top of the 8th. Still pitching out there for the White Sox is Nackreiner. What's his first name? Matt Nackreiner. Okay, he'll be facing Dallas Morris, Mark Trumbo, and Brett Martinez. Here comes Morris to the plate. Morris has a single tonight, pop out and a ground out. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Morris. Gets a hold of it. It's a grounder up the third base line. A little chopper there. There's a throw to first, and Morris does not beat it. Just barely not getting there in time. That is out number 1, grounding out to the third baseman. 1 out now for the Owls here in the top of the 8th. White Sox still leading 6-3. Now batting Mark Trumbo, the first baseman. Trumbo is also 1 for 3 in the night with a single, a pop out, and a pop out. He's batting .277 coming into the game. No runners on base, 1 out. Trumbo at the plate now for the Owls. Here comes the 0-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball going inside, strike 1, 0-1 count. Trumbo has been batting .333 before coming into this game against the White Sox. He had 3 RBIs against the White Sox last time we played them at our home. Here's the 0-1, cracks it to the third baseman, a hard grounder there, chipped bat, and there's the throw to first, and Mark Trumbo grounds out to the third baseman as well. 2 outs now for the Owls here in the top of the 8th. White Sox still leading 6-3. Now batting the catcher, number 36, Brett Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 3 in the night with a strikeout, a drop strike 3, and a pop out. He's batting .260 coming into the game. Thank you. Martinez has had only 1 hit in his last 6 games, none tonight either. Here's his 0-0. It's a fastball inside, ball 1, 1-0 count. Martinez is a right-handed batter as well. Let's see. He has batting .091 against the White Sox with 2 RBIs last time we played them. There's the 1-0 and a grounder to the first baseman, a chopper. He covers the bag himself for out number 3. No damage done there by the Owls in this inning. That ends the top of the 8th. White Sox still lead 6-3. Come on back.
The United States Air Force salutes the athletes competing in today's game. They know in sports, like in life, you have to step up to the challenge to succeed. If you have high aspirations and want to be part of another champion team, join the United States Air Force. You'll receive training in a variety of fields and become part of an elite group of men and women dedicated to the service of this great country. Call 1-800-423-USAF or log on to airforce.com. The United States Air Force. Cross into the blue.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Owlz broadcast brought to you in part by Ray's American Car Care Center, by Frederico Landscaping, exceeding your expectations since 1980, by the United States Air Force, Cross into the blue, by Bei Ling Insurance Agency, Payson's hometown agency for over 30 years, and by Triple T Heating and Cooling, comfort from our family to yours.
With energy costs soaring higher than an Owlz homer, it's important that your cooling system is working at peak performance. So call Triple T Heating and Cooling. We feature service and repairs of all makes and models of heating and cooling systems. And come winter, we can set you up with a warm, energy-efficient gas fireplace. Serving all of Utah County, visit our showroom 1550 North Main in Spanish Fork or log on to TripleTHeating.com. Triple T Heating and Cooling. Comfort from our family to yours for over 30 years.
1400 K-Star.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. We're now in the bottom of the 8th. White Sox leading 6-3. Still pitching out there for the Orem Owls, Anthony Sullivan. He is facing now Garrett Guest, the second baseman. Here's the 0-0 pitch to Guest. An inside fastball for ball 1, 1-0 count. So Anthony Whittington and Andy Hill came in for relief and then had to leave. Anthony Sullivan now pitching. Here's the 1-0. It's a grounder to Morris at third, but Stacia grabs it behind him and makes the throw across the diamond, and he is in time for out number 1. Nice throw there by Stacia.
KSRR Provo.
Out number 1.
Okay.
And that is 1 out now for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 8th. They still lead 6-3. Now batting top of the lineup, Evan Tartaglia. So Andy Hill pitched 1 1/3 innings. He allowed no earned runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Anthony Whittington pitched 2/3 of an inning. There's the 0-0 pitch to Tartaglia. It's a high fastball outside, ball 1, 1-0 count. Whittington pitched 2/3 of an inning. He allowed 1 hit, 2 earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Here's the 1-0, pardon me. It's another high fastball, ball 2. 2-0 count now for Tartaglia. 1 out, no runners on base. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and fouls it down into Brett Martinez's fingers, and he is okay. 2-1 count now for Tartaglia. Dallas Moore is going out to the mound to talk to Anthony Sullivan. So far, Sullivan has, let's see, what did he do? That's with Arredondo. That's Hill. That's Whittington. That's Sullivan. Okay, Sullivan has allowed a double with 2 runs scored, and he's grounded out, popped out the other 2. That last one, another high fastball outside for ball 3. 3-1 count now for Tartaglia. 1 out, no runners on base. Tartaglia is 1 for 4 on the night. Here's a 3-1, and that one gets him outside corner with a slider. Strike 2. 3-2 count now for Tartaglia. Tartaglia had a double tonight, his 7th on the season, batting .297 coming into the game. Tartaglia, pardon me. Turning into Shaggy there for a moment. Here comes the 3-2 pitch to Tartaglia. Lets this one fly. Gets a hold of it, but fouls it down the third base line there. Still strike 2. 3-2 count. 1 out, no runners on base. Tartaglia is from Carmel, New York. And he has been on a 14-game hitting streak. Keeping it up tonight. He's got 24 stolen bases on the season. He was 3 for 4 in the game last night with a single, a double, and a triple. Bam. All right, here comes that. Oh, he's checking his little cracked bat on that one. He's getting a new bat. All right, coming back to the. Wait a second. That one's made of metal. Stop him. That one's made of metal. Illegal. Okay, 3-2 count for Tartaglia. Here comes his pitch. Gets a hold of it. Grounder, chopper to Billy Boyer. There's the throw to Trumbo out at first. So we do the same to them as they're doing to us. And now 2 outs for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 8th. They still lead 6-3. Another ground out. Ground out. Second base. Okay. Now batting for the White Sox, number 35, Darren Roberts, the center fielder. He's got 2 outs and no runners on base. Roberts is, 0 for 4 on the night. He did reach on an error, throwing error. And here comes the 0-0 pitch to Roberts. Tries to check his swing for an inside fastball, but he cannot. Strike 1. 0-1 count, 2 outs, no runners on base. Anthony Sullivan still pitching out there for the Owls. Here comes his 0-1 pitch to Roberts. Swing and a miss. Inside fastball. Strike 2. 0-2 count now for Tartaglia. Did I say anything about Sullivan? Yeah, curve and a fastball. Okay. His fastball comes in pretty darn fast, kind of like Arredondo. And here comes the 0-2 pitch to Roberts. And he lets this one fly. Swing and a miss. Inside curve. Strike 3. Out 3. The first strike on the game for Anthony Sullivan. That's 3 outs. That ends the bottom of the 8th. The White Sox are leading 6-3. Come on back.
Okay, I have got to know. How do you keep your house so clean? You have pets and kids, and yet your house is always spotless. So tell me, what's your secret?
It's no secret. It's the Clean Home. I have them come in once a week, which saves me from cleaning on the weekends and gives me more time with the kids. The Clean Home is one of the best investments I've ever made. For daily, weekly, or monthly service, give them a call. They're in your yellow pages and online at thecleanhome.com. The Clean Home, because we all have better things to do.
Hey fans, have you poured concrete lately? Did you order 8 yards and only use 6? Did you have to pay for what you didn't use? Do you want an alternative? Then log on to gotconcrete.com. We deliver fresh concrete mixed right on your site from as little as a quarter yard to 8 yards. No more calculating exactly or ordering an extra half yard to be safe. We service customers from Santa Quinn to Point of the Mountain. Find us at gotconcrete.com.
If the Owls are going to compete for the Pioneer League Championship, they're going to need an ace on the staff to lead the way. If you're thinking of buying a home or refinancing, you need an ace of your own. Look no further than Ace Mortgage Company. Our creative loan consultants offer the best terms and unsurpassed professional service. We ensure you get the loan that best suits your needs. Give us a call today at 426-5757. That's 426-5757. Ace Mortgage Company. Absolute commitment to excellence.
KSRR Provo.
Welcome back, and we're into Birds of Play with the Wingmen. That song there is by the Rembrandt. It was the theme song for Friends, I believe. Okay, we're in the top of the ninth inning. The White Sox lead 6-3. They have a new pitcher. His name is Boone Logan. He's a left-handed pitcher. He replaces Matt Nackreiner. Nackreiner pitched 2 innings. He walked 1. He allowed no hits, no earned runs, and no strikeouts. That was Nackreiner. So here comes Boone Logan. Logan comes in the game with a record of 1-1, a 3.41 ERA on 34 1/3 innings pitched. He's got 29 strikeouts and 4 walks. Logan is a left-handed pitcher. He comes from Helotes, Texas. Acquired in the 20th round in 2002. Last played with the Great Falls White Sox last year. He will be facing bottom of the lineup Michael Hughes, Billy Boyer, and Anderson Rosario, the 6, 7, 8 batters. Michael Hughes so far tonight is 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. He is batting .244 coming into the game. 10 RBIs, 1 home run. Okay, top of the ninth. No outs. Here's the 0-0 pitch to Hughes. And a fastball misses the inside corner for ball 1. 1-0 count to Hughes. Let's see, Hughes, 1 for 2 in the game last night with a single. He also had a stolen base. Here's his 1-0. Swing and a miss. Hard swing on that fastball. That is strike 1. 1-1 count now for Hughes. As a leadoff batter, Hughes bats .421 with 3 walks and a home run as a leadoff batter with that solo home run. That is his only home run of the season. Here's his 1-1 pitch, and he line drives it right to the pitcher. It almost snags him in the face into center field, and that is a single for Michael Hughes, his first hit on the night. Congratulations, Michael Hughes, off of this new pitcher, Logan. Okay. Logan. Okay, so now with a runner on first base and no out, stepping to the plate, Billy Boyer. Boyer so far tonight had a single with a pop-out and a strikeout. He came in the game batting .247 with runners on base. Boyer bats, .224. 4 home runs with runners on base. Cool, man. Cool, man. Okay, so runner on first, no outs. White Sox still leading 6-3 in the top of the ninth. Here's the 0-0 to Boyer. And a curveball hits the inside corner for strike 1. 0-1 count to Boyer. Boyer has at least 1 strikeout in 12 of the last 14 games. And now he has 1 more strikeout for tonight. Here's his 0-1 pitch and a blooper grounder to the pitcher. He scoops it up and throws to first base for the out at first. But that allows Michael Hughes to get to second base. So a little sacrifice there for Billy Boyer. Okay, so 1 out now for the Owls here in the top of the ninth. White Sox still leading 6-3. We have 1 out and a runner on second as Bradley Kuhn, Kuhn came in for him. Kuhn pinched hit for Anderson Rosario his last at-bat. Kuhn grounded out to first base. This is his second at-bat. Kuhn came in batting .303. Here comes his 0-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, pass ball on the outside, and there goes Hughes to third base on that pass ball, bouncing off the catcher's foot. And that is strike 1 for Kuhn. 0-1 count, 1 out. Now a runner on third base. Kuhn with runners in scoring position bats, .429. Wow. 16 RBIs with runners in scoring position. Well, they have to be in scoring position. No, they don't. They can be on first. It's like a triple or a double. All right, here's the 0-1 pitch to Kuhn, and he bunts it right towards the pitcher. There's a throw to first base, and barely gets him out at first base. The pitcher, Logan, took a long time checking over at third base to make sure Hughes stayed on, and he barely made the throw to first to get out number 2. Okay, so Kuhn grounds out to the pitcher. 2 outs now for the Owls here in the top of the ninth. We still are behind 3 runs. We have a runner on third base. Dantrell Smith now at the plate. He's 1 for 3 in the ninth. Here's his 0-0 pitch. It's a high fastball, ball 1. Smith needs to score some runners in and tie up this game again. It's a 1-0 count now for Smith with 2 outs and a runner on third base. Here's his 1-0 pitch. Fastball hits the inside corner, strike 1. 1-1 count now. Smith so far tonight, single with a run scored. He was scored in by Heinle Stacia way back in the third inning. Then he popped out and grounded out. Here's his 1-1. Inside fastball. Good job, Smith, holding up. Ball 2. 2-1 count now for Smith. 2 outs. Still got a runner on third base. Let's see how Smith does with runners on base. Hang on just a second. Here's his 2-1. Gets a hold of it. Ground up the third base line. Third baseman grabs it, throws across the diamond. And Smith is safe with his fast leg, getting to first base safe on that one. That is a single. And he scores in Michael Hughes on that RBI single. Beautiful play there. The score is now 6-4 in favor of the White Sox here in the top of the ninth. We now have a runner on first base with 2 outs. That was close. Even the scoreboard operator thought it was out, and he already changed all the numbers up there, trying to think they won the game. Okay, so an RBI single for Santrell Smith. He now has 25 RBIs on the season. Now batting Heinle Stacia back to the top of the lineup. He's got the 0-0 count and 2 outs. Here's his pitch. Inside fastball low, ball 1. 1-0 count, 2 outs, runner on first base. Let's see. Heinle Stacia now represents the tying run here in the game. Here comes his 1-0. Swing and a miss and a fastball going outside. That is strike 1. 1-1 count now for Stacia. Still got a runner on first. Let's see how Stacia does with runners on base. Stacia bats .273 with runners on. Okay, here's his 1-1. Gets a hold of it, slapper out into right field, and it is caught by right fielder Trumbo, and that ends the game. That's the 3rd out. That ends it out here for the Orem Owls. We lose it 6-4 here in the top of the 9th inning, and that is the final score. Come on back for the post-game wrap-up after this.
Are you hungry for great tasting Mexican food? Take a time out and stop by a local Beto's. Have you tried our burritos and chimichangas? People are voting Beto's food as numero uno in Utah. Beto's has 15 convenient locations in Utah. Most of our restaurants are open 24 hours to satisfy your craving anytime. Check us out on the web at betosmex.com. Stop by any participating Beto's location and receive a Vote for Beto's punch card, which could entitle you to free food. Holy frijoles! It's Beto's time.
I'm here with Alex Nibley and Amanda Pettingill, an instructor and a student from Amber's Battle, the new movie shot at Utah Valley State College. So, Alex, what were your roles on this project?
I wrote the script for Amber's Battle, and I was one of the 2 professors that put together what came to be called the Digital Cinema Boot Camp.
You learn an immense amount, something that you can't be taught in the classroom.
During that time, we produced 2 movies and 1 television show. You know, it's real filmmaking. It's not just kids running around with video cameras.
Amanda, what is it like to be female in this industry?
You are in smaller numbers, but in a way you can use it to your advantage because women will stick out more.
What is the future for film at UVSC?
UVSC has set its sights on becoming the premier film training institution in Utah, if not the whole Intermountain West, and I think they can become one of the best in the country.
I enjoy working on these productions, and that is why UVSC is my choice.
For teaching film production, UVSC is my choice.
1400 K-Star.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birds of Play with the Wingmen. A very hard game out here for the Orem Owls. We lose it 6-4 in the top of the 9th inning. Final scores in the night. Orem Owls with 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. The Great Falls White Sox with 6 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. The winning pitcher for tonight will go to Matt Nackreiner for the Great Falls White Sox. This improves his record to 3-2. The loss sadly goes to Andy Hill for the Orem Owls, now with a record of 2-4. Andy Hill came in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th inning to get that loss there. The save goes to Boone Logan for the Great Falls White Sox. Some great stuff happened tonight for the Orem Owls. I'm going to name Heinle Stacia the player of the game. He had a double, his 12th double on the season, and a triple, his 5th double on the season. And then he was walked his other 2 at-bats. He got on base 4 out of 4 times with 2 walks, a triple, and a double. Marco Albano had his second, had an RBI, had 2 RBIs tonight. He now has 9 on the season with a ground out. Dallas Moore's with a single. Mark Trumbo with a single. Hughes with a single. Billy Boyer with a single. His first hit in, only his 2nd hit in the last 6 games, I believe. Let me check. Boyer, no, I don't know that for sure. Scratch that last thing. And Sandro Smith with 2 singles and an RBI coming in for the run scored there. So an interesting game out here for the Orem Owls. Tomorrow we play the Great Falls White Sox again for Game 3 in this 4-game series. It's been fun out here in Great Falls, Montana. Join me tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for Game 3. And these Owls radio broadcasts are brought to you by the Clean Home, J&J Services, Star Garage, Marcon Incorporated, SportsmansWarehouse.com, Ace Mortgage Company, Blue Mountain Insurance, SOS Staffing Services, Escape Motorsports, Stevens Henniger College, All Pro Tires under Car Care, and Jack's Tire and Oil. Tonight's loss brings the Owls record down to 9-10, I I believe. Let me check, make sure I got that right. Where is that paper? Down here. Tonight's loss brings the Owls record to 9-10. That's correct. Okay. So we play the White Sox again tomorrow, and for the third game in this 4-game series. Join me tomorrow on Birds of Play with the Wingmen. Final score 6-4 in favor of the White Sox. My name is Joey Hurley, reminding you never to leave your wingmen. Have a good night, everyone.
Favorites of yesterday and today. 1400 K-Star.